the NBA title. If they don't, nothing. Although he could still sell the ticket. Now, after the Thunder won the first game, the value of this ticket was estimated to be at $228,613. He has been offered in the neighborhood of $100,000. We know that. At this point, Jay, we can agree, right? Now that Dallas is even the series, sell. Right? Jay, sell. Wade Shelton, sell.
No, don't sell.
Oh.
Don't sell. Come on now. Don't sell. I told you yesterday. What did I tell you yesterday?
Yesterday you said you're going to ride it out.
Ride it out. Why not ride it out?
Because if you
1-1, it scares you?
I don't like my chances of winning the NBA title if I'm Wayne Shelton with the Thunder. And I've done so well to this point. It's incredible I've gotten to this point. I should enjoy the fruits of my labor and the fruits of my victory here. This is a victory. And you want to squander it.
I'm not squandering anything. It's 1-1. I'm even Steven. Keep him breathing.
Yeah.
What are we running from?
But you lost at
Scared man don't win, White. Scared man don't win.
You win. If you cash in your ticket, you have won.
No. He's already won. No matter what he gets out of this for the next 5-6 games, like he still has 3 games to at least play with. You can't tell me Dallas is going to sweep OKC from here on out. Like a gentleman sweep's not going to happen. Just because it's 1-1 don't mean you tuck tail and run.
I know, but the value of the ticket's going down. Do
you pay $100?
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, I know.
$100.
I know.
10K is a win.
Cash out. Look for your next parlay. I don't know.
This is surprising coming from you. Because you're the same person who's not cashing out on nothing right now.
No.
Zero.
No.
But you want him to cash out on something.
If I were him,
you got this stuff for free. You didn't even have to pay the $100. You didn't have to put the exacta box on it and trifecta and triple it and add some boosters. You got this stuff for free.
If I were him, if I were Wayne Shelton, I would be, riding that rocket at this point as the rocket is starting to.
It's not. Why? Because you lost one game.
We're losing altitude.
One game.
See you later.
Wow.
Now the series is even.
The panic is serious.
You've lost home court.
Remind me, don't never take you to battle. And if I take you to battle, we don't come to you for the pep talk. Because after the first halftime, anything goes wrong. Oh my goodness, we're panicking. We got to tuck it. We still got to be beat 3 more times. And it's 1-1.
But then you've got to win again, and then you'd have to win again.
No,
maybe you're right.
I'm not saying this is my thing. I'm riding it out until I see the writing on the wall. Just because one team came in and got the best of it.
What do you think that is right there on the wall?
One loss.
Says Dallas won, Oklahoma City won.
Yeah,
that's writing,
that's
and it's on the wall.
So when it's a tie, you're ready to go home?
It's not really a tie. You've lost home court. They have the edge. But I admire your courage.
It's 1-1.
Do you honestly think if really you're in that situation, you honestly think you would say, I'm gonna ride it out at least a little bit longer?
Oh yeah, I'm not even close to me personally. I'm taking it to the edge of respectability. That's not even close. Like 1-1. Who cares? Show it to me again. Then show it to me again. Now it's 3-1. I cash out, get my 10K. That's fine. No problem.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, OKC is not losing 4-1.
If they advance to the Western Conference Finals, if the Thunder advances, then the estimated value of the ticket, it goes up to $330,000.
It'd be more than that.
Yeah. If they get to the finals, goes up to estimated value. This is wager wire calculations, $720,420. And that would be right. That would be a good point at which to bow out. If your ticket is worth that much, then you don't have to sweat out the finals against. I don't know. Yesterday I would have said, well, presumably Boston. After yesterday, who knows? That is the weirdest team I've ever seen in my life.
I hope they don't win either, too. Let me go on the record right now of saying I hope they don't win, meaning Boston. But I've said this. If you get close to $250,000, and don't get me wrong, look, where I come from and understanding $500 can change somebody's life. $100 can change somebody's life, right? But life-changing money, $250,000, $100,000, like that's life-changing money. And I know he's been offered $100K, but he's in the catbird seat. He's still okay.
Well,
right now, he's still why. Just because somebody beat you one time don't mean we're not equal.
Right. But
they're equal.
You've lost. They've
they
lost
are.
home court.
Doesn't matter. That's sports talk. You're coming from a sports point of view. I'm coming from
on sports.
No, but I'm coming from a money point of view now. This is about business.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't about sports when it comes to cashing out checks. Like you have to start to separate it. I'm looking at it from a standpoint of this. This money is going to be life-changing. He just so happened to get it from a sports world. Now, he could have got it from shooting dice. He could have got it from recycling cans. He could have got it from many different places. It just so happens to be in the sports circumference of what's going on.
Does sound like he's doing okay.
Yeah. I mean, he's equal. Right now, it's even money.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who would gamble would say, I would take even money. And he's not even money when you look at it because he's up. He's going to win. He's going to get some money.
I thought we had found some common ground.
No. Not at all. Not even close. Just because you beat me one time, I don't hit the Roger Rabbit. I'm not going backwards.
Please, Eddie.
I'm not going backwards. I'm not going to run from confrontation. I still want to see it. I think they're going to the Western Conference Finals, and then you cash in for that $300,000. Now that's where let's revisit this next week, and I'll be ready to go.
Yeah, Luka just scares me because I don't like him. I really don't like him. That's what
I think we've all understood.
That's why he scares me. Last night, like we said, there he was. He came back. By the way, the Boston Celtics, as I said, one of the strangest teams I think I've ever seen. The last 3 years, they've been excellent. They almost won a championship in 22. They would probably tell you, and they may be right, they should have beaten the Warriors. Last year, they had a great year, and then they bowed out early to the Heat. And then this year, best team in the NBA. So this year at home during the regular season, they were 37-4. But now over the last 3 years after last night, after the last 3 years, and again, as you know, they've been an excellent team all 3 years. Over the last 3 years at home, Jay, the Boston Celtics are 14-14.
Yeah.
That just defies reason.
Jekyll and Hyde. Is that what you're looking at? Bad
home losses too.
Yeah, it's interesting from their standpoint. They have all the pieces, and I think most people outside looking in feels they have all the pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like what we've been asking for De'Aaron, and now Domas being here a couple of years now. Tatum and Brown have to show they can win a championship. It's almost the Kevin Durant, it's the James Harden, it's the Chris Paul, it's LeBron before he won. A lot of stars go through. Michael Jordan for a while, was Mike can't win it. He needs Pippen, he needs Phil, So it comes down to a point. Sometimes you just got to go get it. And me and Drapes were talking about this one of the days you were off, and it had to coincide with the Kings playing the Warriors and the Pelicans, I believe. I think it was the Pelicans. It's sometimes you have to take yourself to the next level. And we were talking about the Game 6 Boston, Miami. What was that? 11, 09. What I can't think of the year, but it'll be 2011, right? LeBron's first Miami championship.
Oh,
Game 6. He went into Boston. Paul Pierce, KG, Ray Allen, and he showcased it. 42. Like he almost missed 2 or 3 shots. I don't have the statistics in front of me, but from the jump, he took over the game. From the jump, you could see it was completely different. And then we had a couple pieces like from Norris Cole and other teammates, Chris Bosh, who said he didn't smile, he didn't laugh, he didn't joke, he didn't look their way, he didn't talk to his wife, he didn't talk to his kids. Like, I don't want to say nothing but basketball. And I think Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have gotten to that point to where they're going to have do something to the extreme to get over that hump. Because I don't want to say they're comfortable. They're not comfortable. If you ask them, you listen to them, their interviews, they want to win a championship just as everybody. But I don't think they know how to.
Right.
And they have to figure that out right now.
It seems like as a team, who knows, but it seems like they view a championship as a burden. We have to win that rather than an opportunity. We're going to win. Remember last year against Miami, they fell apart. Then they go into Miami, and when it's like, well, they're done, they played great. Then they even the series and get back to a Game 7 at home. They got this, right? But then once again, the weight of expectations crush them. And Tatum, it's interesting you say about Tatum. I wonder if he feels the pressure of being this close to being the face of the NBA.
I think so. He does now.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We talk about this guy and that guy, and we'll probably talk about that today, the face of the NBA. the one thing about it is, yeah, you got to be a star, and people got to love watching you, but you have to win, right?
Yep.
To be the face of the league, at some point, you have to win, and he's that close.
He's been
Not
that
yet.
close. Jaylen Brown's been that. Jaylen Brown's the Pippen. Jaylen Brown is the Chris Paul to the James Harden, the James Harden to the Kevin Durant, the Russell Westbrook to the KD, the Kyrie to the KD, the Kyrie to the LeBron, whatever you want to call it. There's Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and the Celtics because of the history.
Yeah.
The birds, you look up, you see all the different, banners across the TD Garden. The pressure is there for the Celtics. The pressure is definitely on Tatum. The pressure is definitely on Jaylen Brown. I would almost go as far as to say, I think with the switch of Joe Mazzulla, I thought we saw a lot of, busting from the pressure last year from Joe Mazzulla. Now, albeit it was his first go around, but I think, when you start to become the face of something, the league, the Eastern Conference, it was almost a given they were going to win the Eastern Conference this year. Nobody really went in thinking anything else. And now, this is their season, the postseason, and they haven't played with a lot of pressure all year. So now it's interesting knowing that, they have to, it's boom or bust for them.
Yep. I got the solution for the Celtics. Also, should the Kings have gotten PJ Washington? We're right back with that. It's Jay and Whitey. Drive Guys on a Friday. Sactown Sports.
Can Mike Brown build on last season's Coach of the Year award? Can the Kings exceed 48 wins?
We will be better prepared to make the run that we expect to run come next playoff.
Tune into every Kings game this season on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. Now, I've told you this before, but this is what we call extending a good deal. Right now, American Energy Heat and Air is offering an HVAC diagnostic for $99. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Never mind. They're offering it free. It's a $99 value, but you get it for $0. Let the American Energy team test your system connections and all the moving parts of that system to ensure that it's functioning properly. Now, this is a limited time offer. Call today to schedule your appointment at 916-520-9990. Speak to the company that has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau that's been making the greater Sacramento area proud since 1981. 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
I know Styles and Watkins do their shout-outs. They end their show on Fridays with shout-outs. I got to give a shout-out to Simone because I was having to be sitting in here getting ready to come in when they finished all their tomfoolery. And they were doing, so I could just hear their side of it, of course. And I'm hearing, yes, Styles and Watkins, and it's a weekend, and time for our shout-outs, and shout-outs to the great weather. Oh, yeah, boy, it's been rainy a lot, and I'm thinking, and I forget who else I did a shout-out to, and I'm thinking, I think they're missing something. And then Simone comes in and says, hello, gentlemen, it's Mother's Day this weekend. And then, oh, yeah, well, of course it's Mother's Day. Shout out to all the mothers. So Simone, she saved their bacon, James.
I love flowers, man. What can I say?
As she should.
Yeah.
They ought to be ashamed of themselves.
Mr. Styles
Isn't Alan married?
Yeah, and she
man.
they got a little one.
And they have a child, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, man, he needed an extendo clip in that tailpipe. Ain't no way in heck. That's the first thing you do.
I know.
See,
it's not easy either.
I hope it's, listen, I can take
easy.
a step back. You've been married almost as long as I've been alive, and that's not nothing.
It's
that's
a fact.
Not a dig.
What
that's
it
the
is.
truth.
Yeah.
Right. And that's something we all can strive to achieve. But you need to game him up, man. Obviously, he's going to go home, and the weekend not going to go well for Allen right now. So he got to turn it around Friday.
Yeah.
He's got to kick it in gear, go home, take care of the baby.
Right.
Let the wife get out. Go ahead, take
Yeah.
your day tonight.
Yeah.
Let her blow off a little steam, because if she heard any of that and they get a shout out,
I know.
oh yeah, you already listen. If she's anything like my wife, believe me, she's gonna be like, "Oh, you didn't remember?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know?"
And think of this, Simone may have saved him in this sense too. Let's say Simone doesn't say that. Alan goes home and the missus says something about, hey, well, what's going on this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, great weather. I might go play some golf or something.
Woo.
Right? Wow.
Man, you got to come on now.
I thought he was smarter than that, frankly.
I did too. I thought that boy, he's dull. Yeah, he ain't sharper than the big pen. He real dull. He take his blades to the back of the can opener.
Uh-huh.
You know, the can opener used to have a sharpener in the back.
Yeah.
He got to take his blades to the can opener, man. Boy, he trying to cut some grass. Ain't nothing coming up.
Nope.
Boy, I thought he was sharper than that.
I shouldn't say this because it can be tricky to come up with the perfect gift for the Mother's Day or birthdays, Christmas.
I can understand that.
And I feel like, and I just got it today right before I came in. I feel like I got it this year.
Ooh.
I don't know. We'll see.
I like the confidence.
I know it's one of those that could go any which
I like
way.
the confidence.
It could be like just blank stare, like what? But I think I nailed it.
Well, you know what I always try to do, and this is the truth, man. I'm blessed enough to be material things can be bought.
Yeah.
Right. And so I understand everyone doesn't have the ability to do that.
Right.
And I pray and hope, wish, to the most higher being or whatever you believe in, that it happens for you. But sometimes, man, I look over and I look in our closet. If you anything like me, man, like my wife is taking over the closet. In our room, I don't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the guest room.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm guest room. I'm downstairs room, whatever. I also have a 13-year-old daughter, so she not too far behind, right? And, she plays all these different sports and stuff. So Pops, thankfully, though, in our new house, I've been given the man cave.
Yeah.
And so it's like the man cave / Jay's closet.
That's like your last bastion. That's your territory, right?
Yes, that's it.
That's all you get.
When you watch cartoons or movies and kids don't knock before you come in.
Yeah.
That's almost how I'm with it. Like even my dog's a male, so he can come in. It's boys clubhouse.
Yeah.
No
What's his
girls
name?
allowed. Do you really want to know?
I do want to know.
My dog is crazy. His name is Menace.
Nice.
Menace, because he's a fool. Yeah, he does a fool.
What kind of dog?
He is a Malchi.
A what?
A Malchi, like a Maltese and a Chihuahua. So this is a whole nother story. All right. I'm going to try to take a step back real quick. I meet my now wife. She had a dog that was like a little Pomeranian or whatever the heck that little thing was. And the dog was given to her by her aunt who had passed away, was given to her mother, who she got from her aunt. So her aunt passed away, then her mother passed away, the dog. Boom. So dog, means a lot. Dog runs away. And I used to tell her all the time, that dog gonna run away, man. You let that dog, she just too freely, it's like, oh, this dog's been around the family. They're coming back. So we don't know if someone stole the dog, ran away, whatever. So you know how it goes. Jay to the rescue.
Really?
I give the dog to her for Christmas one year. Like literally she loses a dog. Let's call it October.
Replacement dog.
Give this dog, replacement dog. Give her this dog. And this dog, which I had a dog at the time, an Old English Bulldog, who's now passed away. He kind of took the liking to him. And so, he was chilling with me.
Uh-huh.
And now this dog has characteristics that probably no little dog should have.
Menace the Malchi.
Yeah, he's a character, man. So this dude he thinks he's a Doberman, he thinks he's a Rottweiler, but he's not.
He's learned from you.
Absolutely.
He hangs around you.
He's a terror. So that's why his name is Menace. So he doesn't, like he loves his mom, but he ain't feeling his mom.
Yeah.
He stays up under me.
Mm-hmm.
It's serious. But I say all that to say this. I try and go, because we got off the beaten path. I try and go nostalgia gifts.
Mm-hmm.
How many bottles of perfume can you have? Like, and I'm very simple. Like I try to live simple, because so many times you can get caught up in so much stuff, right? And so I go with the nostalgia gifts. I go with the means something,
right? Right.
It's got a tie to something.
Mm-hmm.
It pulls on the heartstrings, and I find that's done well for me. Now, common sense, and you can tell me this, there are opportunities and times where your ear gets a little itchy and the wife lets you know, like, I'm kind of looking for that.
Right.
I would sure love this.
Right. Oh, yeah. No matter what time of year that is spoken,
absolutely.
Definitely make a note of that. That's going to come in handy.
And it's gotten so bad. Like, I even take a note because I forget. I got 100 things going on, man. I'm not worried about no little fold up wagon. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about a step ladder or something. She don't want no step ladder, but I'm not worried about something like that where I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I got to write that stuff down, man.
Right. Right.
Time, experience.
Yes.
Things that Allen should be learning from.
Absolutely. I don't think he's learning anything.
Man, his game ain't right. It's to be sold, not told.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Good luck to Allen.
Yeah, hopefully the wife don't listen to the station.
Here's the deal on the Celtics. I mentioned, the Celtics are struggling at home for whatever reason, 14-14 at home over the last 3 years. Here's my solution, Jay. This is not a practical solution, but you may remember the old days of the Boston Garden. That place was like a house of horrors for visiting teams, or so legend tells us.
What's the soft court?
There were points. There was parts of the floor where the tiles were not nailed down right and the ball wouldn't bounce up. There was showers didn't work and it was too hot in the visiting locker room because it was an ancient building. And some of that stuff, even if it wasn't true, everyone thought it was true, so it was just as effective. Now they got this beautiful, gleaming, modern building, and they've lost some of that home court advantage. So they need to go in there and put the dead spots in the floor and make the visiting locker room, living hell for the other team. Get some of that old home court advantage back. This is gamesmanship.
That's what you think is lacking in their championship run?
Well, it's definitely not what it used to be. True. Other than that, I also think this is my theory on this, because, the Kings kind of have a similar problem at home, and that's about the only way you can compare the Kings to Boston right now. But both teams rely a lot on the three-point shot. In those nights when it's not going in, when you're shooting 35, 40 threes and they're not going in, you're in trouble whether you're at home or not, whether you have a 20-point lead or not. And I think that's one of the things that happens in some of these situations. Last night was a good example because not to go all numbers on you, but last night Boston was 8 for 35 and the Cavs were 13 for 28 on threes. And you're 8 for 35. It's like you're just practically throwing the ball down to the other end of the court and let the other team lay it in on you.
Yeah, that's true. I can't figure out, and I think that's the whole conversation. I'm not exactly sure where the Celtics lack in championship, the atmosphere of why they can't get over the hump, so to say.
They seem scared of it.
You think they're running from it, huh?
Yeah, well, it seems like it. 916's Tatum and Brown are soft. I don't know, but they do seem to soften up this time of year when their backs are to the wall, or when people expect. It's not even when their backs are to the wall so much as when, they're going to win this game.
Expectations
they're going to win. Here they go. Watch this. Ooh, what happened there?
They fall short of expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Like Allen on Mother's Day.
Yes, very much so. Man, I'm expecting the text message of, you know what, Whitey, you're right. He should definitely text you back and be like, you know what, you're right. You're spot on.
Yeah.
I lost right there. Yeah. But, I think it's hard, and I know it's hard to win a championship. You listen to all the players throughout all these different sports, and they always talk about how hard and what it took, and they're almost, and you see this when they win a championship, it's almost like an exhale, the weight are off their shoulders for people who haven't, and even repetitive winners, it's like, oh man, I got that feeling again. It's difficult. I'm not sure that it all boils down to Tatum and Brown, but I know a lot of it does. I just don't know why Tatum can't perform all 4, 5, 6 games in the championship series when he needs, because he normally balls one game and then the next game it's like, what are we doing? It's a revolving door with him. Jaylen Brown, same thing, kind of in the finals. I don't know why they can't put it together. I wish I had an answer, but I don't. I just I don't know what happens with them when it gets to the final series.
Well, they still could, because this is probably the best team they've had in a while. So maybe last night.
How many times have we said that, though?
Well, I know, but it's still possible. And Cleveland is, they're a terrific team, and they played out of their minds last night, but that's a really good team. So, if Boston rights the ship here and from here they cruise on to the finals and win, then we're kind of wasting our breath here.
Yeah.
But it's just bizarre that they're right back in that situation where they're scratching their heads going, we don't know what happened there. We're supposed to have won that game.
Do you take them over to the Knicks and Pacers easy?
Yes. I think the Knicks are done. I love the Knicks. That's my team, but with all the injuries. Yeah. I hope I'm wrong. But
I actually think the Cavs can beat the Celtics.
I think they could.
Yeah. I think the Cavs are the stopper for the Celtics in the Eastern Conference. I'm not exactly sure. Like if they were playing Denver, I'd probably take Denver. You know, the way Minnesota is playing, I'd like to say they could beat the Celtics, but see, I need to see it. Like I could see Minnesota tuck and tail and run too, especially this being their first real go around.
What do you like about the Cavs?
To me, and I think I put this in there, I think Donovan Mitchell has finally realized, like, listen, I can't continue to be paid like an all-star or superstar and not perform every single game. We can go back to last year and a couple of, years now. When he was with Utah, he had some great series, great playoff runs. I believe they made it to the second round twice in a row, if I'm not mistaken. I really like Donovan Mitchell's makeup right now. I saw Mama Mitchell sitting in the front row. I saw something where it said this was like her first time sitting that close ever in a playoff series. Oh. To me, that's speaking confidence. That means he's ready to come out and ball. And it's not all about him. Also like the length of what Cleveland possesses. I really like Karis LeVert. To me, he's one of the top 3 or 4 6 men in the league.
They're really deep. I'm with you.
Like, matter of fact, call Karis LeVert, come start for us. Yeah. Like, he could come start for us. And he's got handle. He's got the mid-range, can shoot the 3. I would love to. A lot of things have kind of slowed him down, has been on his body injury-wise. I just like their makeup. I really like what they bring. And I think they're just young enough that there's some knuckleheads. They don't really know, like, we don't really belong here with the Celtics. I truly believe they think they can beat them, especially being in the playoffs as they were last year in the early exit.
Yeah, we had Scott Marsh in for you a couple days ago.
Scotty M was in the building?
Yes. And I was telling him, well, Donovan Mitchell's a fine player, but I don't think he's good enough to he's not as good as they need him to be to win this series. And then last night, he turned me into a liar. When we come back, we'll get back to the Kings. And PJ Washington sure played well last night. How did the Kings blow it by not getting him? It's Jay and Whitey, Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
Subscribe to Sactown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA3 Weather Center. It's finally Friday. We're looking at plenty of sunshine, a light northwest wind. It's going to feel warmer this afternoon with highs peaking in the lower 90s and expecting, if you're heading out for the evening, temperatures dropping off to the upper 50s overnight tonight. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Coach Doug Christie here to remind you, if you're in the market for a new car, shop Folsom Lake Kia. Low interest rates, low payments, and 0 down deals with approval of credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
The NBA playoffs are here, and we all know playoff mode is a thing. Listen to the evidence. Playoff crowds are going wild. Playoff players are lighting up the court. Even your speakers are in playoff mode. Okay, we'll take it down a notch, but just a notch, because this is the turn it up to 11 NBA playoffs. Playoff mode is clearly a thing. The NBA playoffs presented by Google Pixel continue on ABC, ESPN, and TNT.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Are you stressing about your IRS tax problems? Have you received notices from the IRS threatening to garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, or seize your property? You need an ally. Allies Tax Relief has tax attorneys and enrolled agents that are ready to fight for you. They have saved millions for taxpayers just like you. Allies Tax Relief can help put a stop to IRS collections and, most importantly, negotiate your tax debt. Here's Brenda, a happy client of Allies Tax Relief.
I owed the IRS around $57,000, and they're about to start garnishing my paychecks. I heard a commercial on the radio about Allies Tax Relief, so I thought I'd give them a call. After a day, they were able to at least stop the garnishments, and after a few months of negotiations, I walked away owing the IRS only $301.
If you owe the IRS, call Allies Tax Relief right now for your free consultation. Call 800-230-5174. 800-230-5174. That's 800-230-5174.
At Elk Grove Honda, we make sure every certified pre-owned Honda is one we'd buy from ourselves. And right now, you'll find interest rates as low as 1.99% APR on approved credit. Our Honda-trained technicians only certify our Hondas if they pass a thorough 182-point inspection. See our exceptional selection of Elk Grove Honda certified pre-owned Hondas with interest rates as low as 1.99% APR on approved credit. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by Kids Care Dental and Orthodontics, the Hot Tub Store, and Cattleman's.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Guys, are you still dealing with loss of energy, poor sleep, weight gain, and even ED? Revive Men's Health Sacramento offers guaranteed low T and ED treatments. And this month only, qualified patients get a free 1-month supply of personalized ED medication, plus a free ED treatment producing immediate results. Availability is limited. Book your free exam and consultation today. Call 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Glad you're with us, and it's a good thing for you that you are, because we're already learning things. The show just started. We already found out that Alan Stiles has no idea when it comes to Mother's Day how he should be, honoring his mother and his wife. And we've also found out that Jay's dog is named Menace the Malchi, part Maltese.
Yeah.
Part Maltese, part Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Is that even biologically possible?
I have no idea.
I guess
and to be completely honest, the person who we bought her from, they could be lying.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you go and do you ask for one of those, or does someone just Malchi?
Saw that dog, like, oh, you know what? Little dog, furry, look cute. Turned out to be a menace. Called him, named him Menace.
He's got that edge, huh?
Yeah.
He's got that edge that you wish somebody on the Kings had.
Yeah, he's got Pat Bev. He's the Pat Bev of dogs.
And he learned it from you.
He got it from me. No. He's got his own characteristics now. I didn't birth the dog.
I know, but
I'm just saying he definitely has picked up my characteristics more than his mother.
Mm-hmm.
But don't get it twisted now. Look, my wife is she ain't no pushover now.
Well, there's no way she could be.
Yeah, she's sharper than the pen. Let me tell you. Again,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, she's sharper than Allen right now. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Yes.
I think he's gonna find out very shortly. Mm-hmm. Within the next 24 hours, if his game is tight or not.
Maybe he's got it all dialed. Maybe.
You think he's pump faking?
It's possible. I don't think he is, but it's possible. We've been talking about the Boston Celtics and having this great year. And they lost the game last night. Big deal. But they're now, over the last 3 years, 14-14 at home in the postseason over the last 3 years. So maybe it's nothing, but it looks like there's some reason why this time of year they're starting to tighten up a little bit from the 209. For me, I think after playing Orlando's defense, this somebody's talking about Cleveland. For me, I think after playing Orlando's defense, Cleveland can score on anyone. Yeah, Jay likes the Cavs in this series. But the reason I bring it up again, Jay, before we get back into the Kings, it seems to me that Boston fans, Celtic fans, when they show their faces during, second half of a game where everything's gone wrong, they're about the most disappointed fans in the country. I think maybe Dallas Cowboy fans.
Oh, yeah, they're up there.
But Boston fans just have that look like they just have a hard time fathoming that it's happening. They take it very personally. Sometimes, they sit there rather than leave. Whereas out here, especially like Laker fans, they're upset, but they're like, yeah, I gotta go do something. They don't really care that much. It's not down here. But Boston fans, it's just a visceral, like, how could the good Lord do this to us? What is going on? Why have they betrayed us again?
Well, first of all, if we really want to peel back the onion, they're spoiled. Unless you're
right.
25 and under, maybe 30 if you want to call it that way. You've seen, and even, 25 has seen a championship. You're spoiled, right? Yeah. And they've been in the playoffs. They've had big names.
Even the Red Sox have probably won a World Series in your lifetime.
Absolutely. Between the Patriots, Boston, the Celtics, and the Red Sox, you rocking and rolling with championships.
The Bruins, I don't know. Maybe,
maybe. I can't remember if they snuck one in within the last 30 years. I don't really remember, but I could be completely wrong.
I don't know.
But on top of that, it's like they're almost silver spoonish.
Yeah.
They expect the expectations are to win a championship. And then when you turn on the TV, listen to radio shows, you look at social network, the last 3, 4, 5 years, it's been Boston. Watch out for the Celtics. Jason Tatum, new face of the league, signed to Brand Jordan. Oh, Jaylen Brown, $200+ million. He's the sidekick of the year. He's the new Robin to the Batman. Like, it's so many different things that they force feed us with the Celtics that it's almost like they're expected to win a championship. And when they don't, guess what? They're probably going home feeling like Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They feel ordained to win.
Yes.
And it's like, what? This can't be worse. Why have they done this? They're supposed to win. All they got to do is show up, and how have they screwed this up? Yeah, they get about as disappointed, at least to my eye, just looking at their unhappy little faces on TV as any fans.
I love it too. I'm all for it. I hope that Cleveland just jumps on their back. I would love to see a 4-2.
Who wouldn't like
Get
that,
out of
though?
here.
Commissioner Silver wouldn't like that.
Man, Commissioner Silver need to be paying attention to the big market bias.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They want Boston and they want the Knicks. If the Knicks, can patch together enough players to win that series, that's what they want.
Does Boston excite you? The Celtics, I should say, not the city, because I don't even talk about that. But the Celtics, they don't entice me to watch their games. They don't really have they're good, and I understand that. But it's funny how we've kind of molded Tatum to be one of the next people to step up and be a face of the league. And he's got his commercials. He's signed
like,
to Jordan.
I'm not quite sure, guys. Are you sure? Yeah.
Yeah, something about them to me, I don't like them. Listen,
I don't like
2024, the year of the beef. I don't like them. Let's just go out there and put it out there. I don't like them.
I don't like them either.
Yeah, I don't like the way as Kendrick said, I don't like the way the colors of the jersey is. I don't like the way the fact that you guys, had that chump arena for years. I don't like the way that you guys just feel like you expect to win. I
can, off the top of my head, come up with 2 times in history that I've rooted for the Celtics. And that was when they played against Kobe in the finals. Other than that,
that's about right. Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm not a Celtics
And then they fell short on one of those too.
Yeah, they did.
How you didn't beat that? How you didn't beat Kobe and Pau Gasol and all of them? Let them dudes get a championship.
Yeah. Well, they got them once.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like KG, I love KG. Huge KG fan. Cool with Paul Pierce. A lot of folks don't like Paul Pierce.
Menace the
yeah, absolutely. Yes. Menace is the KG of dogs.
Yes. Yeah. From what I know of your dog, never met
He's just
your
not
dog.
big, long, and lanky.
Were you one of the people? I know Drapes was one. Brendan was one. I'm not sure who else. I was not on board. The Kings should get PJ Washington. Where were you on that?
All in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right now, you guys may have a legitimate gripe. He's going to make $15.5 million this year with the next year with Dallas, $14.1 million. Then he hits free agency. Of course, last night in that win over OKC, 29-11, 4 assists, totally bought in and committed to winning last night. The Mavs got him for Seth Curry, Grant Williams, and a first round pick in 27.
Mm-hmm.
The Kings, I don't know if they were in on him. I know a lot of people said they should be. I'm not even sure they were in on him. So did the way he played last night, did it make the Kings look worse for doing nothing?
Yes. And not even last night. Let's just go back to the fact of when he came in there, when Dallas came in there and smacked the Kings left and right on the back-to-back. Was Tuesday and a Friday, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I believe you are correct.
Yeah, and how about the first?
Where were we on that Tuesday?
I forgot.
We were out at the sandwich shop. We were out at
that's
Pizza
right.
Deli.
Absolutely. Enjoying the delicatessen.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You're 100% right.
Remember how we were, well, if the Kings win this one, then they come back and win Friday. They're in the driver's seat.
Sent us home looking like the Boston Celtics fans, right?
Yes.
But to me, he is everything the Kings don't have. He's long. He can hit the three. He's the Pat Bev of the small forward, power forward, whatever you want to call. He's more of a power forward probably. But I thought, and that was the thing for what they had acquired him for. Okay, Grant Williams, maybe we didn't have the Grant Williams. Now, most people could say Harrison Barnes, maybe. Is that Harrison? I think Grant's a little younger, a little more active, does a little more, has a little more attitude.
Yeah.
The Seth Curry was a kick in. We could have threw anybody. That's David. That could be anybody, right? And then the first round pick in 2027, bye. What are we waiting on?
Well, we don't know if they ever engaged in talks with Charlotte, but it seems to me one of the issues for the Kings in trying to acquire someone since last year was that, as far as we know, the Kings packages, we talked about this yesterday. It's like, hey, we're the Kings. We'd like to talk about a player. All right, what are you offering? Kevin Huerter and Harrison Barnes, right? And maybe Davion, but that's the package.
Sure.
Harrison Barnes, Kevin Huerter. That's like the standard package that they've been offering. And people just don't have that much interest in it. Right now they have less because Kevin Huerter's coming off of surgery and had a bad year.
Yeah. Definitely.
Why didn't they get anybody? Because that's what they were offering.
Yeah. And I don't know, with the picks they were trying to give up. We knew they couldn't do too much with this year until it was conveyed or not conveyed with the Atlanta Hawks. But my thing with that is we're going to continue to talk about it throughout the offseason. And as I've continued to keep on saying, the calendar year, not only this offseason, trade deadline, and then next offseason, if you don't come up, get off your hands and trade some of these picks to go get someone, then, we know you're attaching yourself to De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis, and you believe they can win a championship. But at the same time, if you continue to roll out some of the characters that we continue to see for the Sacramento Kings, and I should say players, not characters, and they don't accomplish some of the things that we seen 2 years ago, then guys like PJ Washington missing out on him. Absolutely. That's a problem. And the Kings brass should be called out for it. Right now, they're getting a pass because we got to wait a little bit. But as time goes on, like we all know, it clears everything up. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm withholding judgment, like you say, until we find out what they are doing. They have to do something. They've said as much. They didn't do that. All right, well, what are you going to do? We'll wait and see. If what they do looks better than that, all right, great. We just have to wait and see. But it's getting harder and harder to be patient.
It is, for sure.
Yeah.
Great words.
Summer of the beef, Jay is already calling it. So we've got his belated breakdown of the beef and other beefs for you to keep an eye on as we roll on here on this Friday. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sactown Sports.
Spins away from the defender, in the paint, soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento, it's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Chrysler's It's the Season sales event?
We're celebrating 75 years in business by offering Dodge Chargers and Challengers at enormous discounted prices to say thank you. We're sad to be saying goodbye to the last of the gas-powered Dodge Chargers and Challengers, but we're sending them out in style. Right now, save up to $11,000 off MSRP on the very last of the new 2023 Dodge Charger and Challenger Scat Packs.
Yeah, it's hard to believe this is really the end.
Yep, once they're gone forever. Don't wait and miss your chance because there's only a few left, and with savings like this, they won't last long.
Hurry in before they're gone or search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
11,000 total net savings on select new 2023 Challenger and Charger Scat Packs. After 6,000 factory rebates and 5,000 dealer discounts. 5 of this net savings, sample VIN 596361. See dealer for details.
Seems like all this artificial intelligence stuff stirs up the age-old debate of man versus machine. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and let me ask you, would you let a robot cut your hair? Would you rely on an app to teach a kid to ride a two-wheeler? Let's face it, some things require the human touch. People come to us seeking a solution to foot, leg, and back pain after trying all kinds of things recommended by in-store machines or website blurbs. An impersonal, generic approach to solving a problem that's unique to you. No wonder they usually don't work. At the Good Feet store, you'll meet with an arch support specialist who will take the time to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports, designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
Do you hear that? That's your air conditioner working overtime this summer. But it's not just the temperature that's rising, so is your electric bill. Stop paying sky-high rates for your electricity with a solar electric system from Aztec Solar. Finally, you can calculate your monthly savings when you go solar without sitting through a 2-hour in-home sales pitch. Visit yourpowersavings.com and Aztec Solar will text you how much you'll save each month by going solar. Since 1980, Aztec Solar has helped thousands of homeowners with solar pool heating, solar electricity, and backup energy storage. Going solar is like getting an extra paycheck every month. How much will your paycheck be? Find out at yourpowersavings.com. Yourpowersavings.com. Looking for a deal today? Now you can own a solar electric system for just $99.95 cash offer after incentives. Act now. This offer expires soon. Aztec Solar. Solar and only solar since 1980.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is, live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-881-4242. That's 800-881-4242.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. A letter in your mailbox says you could save money bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive. Bad news. You saw it after your teenager backed the car into the mailbox. Dumb news. A new mailbox, basically a box on a stick, costs up to $400. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and go with paperless mail instead. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Jay just shared with us some tales of his dog. Great to hear. And so people are sharing on the chat, your YouTube chat, some pet stories. Poor Tin talked about how his dog ran away one time. And then you got Manny Too Legit. I used to own a rooster and I hand-fed it corn. It never pecked me.
Really?
That's nice.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what was that? Manny, what was the name of that rooster?
That's a good
question. We got to get a name on it because you can name a rooster a whole lot of things.
Need the name on the rooster, Manny. I used to get into it with a guy, another station, another show long ago, and we used to argue about what was smarter. I'd said dog, and he would say seagull, because at Oracle Park, certain time of day, and in Oakland too, and the seagulls, like, they know what inning it is almost, and they start circling. And so we used to argue about which is smarter. And he had a pretty good case, but I gave no quarter. So there's no way a seagull's smarter than a dog.
No.
But then just a couple weeks ago, I saw on Twitter a video of a crow playing tic-tac-toe and winning.
Crows are allegedly intelligent.
I guess so.
But that's not a seagull, so don't give in to your conversation.
Well,
Crow, seagull, a little different.
You're right. Yeah, there are some birds that are really smart. I don't know that seagulls are among the smartest, but
yes.
That was incredible.
I'll take a dog over a seagull.
Yes, thank you.
Seagull just looking for the food, the popcorn and the
they
peanuts.
smell food.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why'd the seagull go over there? Because the other seagull went over there.
Not hard.
Not so smart.
Come on now. Have you not seen Little Mermaid?
Uh-huh. Remember Scuttle, right? Scuttle's
yeah.
Remember Denard Span?
Yes.
I didn't know this. He signed
Minnesota Twins.
Yeah, and then he signed with the Giants as a free agent. And it turns out he has a phobia of birds. And I thought,
remember that.
I thought, man, he signed with the wrong team. The Giants.
That's true. But he was an AT&T. He was Pac Bell already.
Yeah.
So it's not as bad as, like, the stick was crazy.
Yeah.
Seagulls. And but I get it. Yeah.
Well, they had, even at Oracle, or I guess it was ATT at this point, because it was Pac Bell, they brought in a falcon named Bruce Lee, and he roosted there, and his job was to eat the seagulls.
Really?
Yes. And they had him there, but eventually he just said, I can find more seagulls.
I'm out.
And he just left.
Yeah, I'll take it to the wharf.
He went free agent.
Right.
And they never
just like the rest of those guys at the Giants. I'm out of here.
It's too cold here. I'm going to go somewhere else.
Go down south.
Warmer market. So it's still an issue, I guess. And then the Seagulls probably don't go to the A's games anymore, because with no people, there's probably no food.
There's no food to be gotten. Yeah, I mean, and when you go to the A's games, you used to get the dollar days. Now it's nothing. I just read something last week when I was gone. I think it was Friday or whatever, something. I can't remember. One of these days I was looking. I was like, oh, we got to talk about that. The Oakland A's have the most expensive hot dog.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to find the article, send it to you. I think I sent it to myself so we could talk about it this week, because I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's a problem. They have the most expensive hot dog.
Wow.
In the league.
Me.
Yep.
Huh. Do you know how much? Do you remember how much?
I want to say it was $10. A little under $10, maybe, I thought. Yeah. Which surprised. I thought hot dogs were. So they did it in different versions. I'm going to find it and look for it. They did it in different versions, like the regular size hot dog, and then, the huge Dodger dog, or as we like to call it, the River Cat dog. Have you gotten a River Cat dog before?
Yes.
Man, that bun is soft. I don't know what they doing to that bread over there, bro.
You have to wait an hour and a half for it.
Well, that's true. It's a minor league ballpark, man. I'll talk about that. The home of the Oakland A's.
Volunteers manning some of the concession booths sometimes, so that's why.
Very true.
It's lower.
But they did it in different sizes, just regular hot dog versus super glizzy. So it's one of those things where the A's had the most expensive regular size hot dog. It's a little under $10. I want to say maybe 8 something. I'll look it up and I'll send it to you.
Underneath, it's kind of behind home plate, but underneath the concourse that's covered, I assume they still have it. They have it the last time I went there. They had really good sausages. The linguiça. There's like 4 of them, like a British banger, linguiça, and a couple other ones, chorizo maybe, and really good in Oakland. I don't know how much they cost, but it's one of those surprising things where, because at the Coliseum, the way it's going to run down, you don't expect much, but then, whoa, really good sausages there. I just hope they're still there.
The tough part for me, and I don't really eat hot dogs anymore because I gave up beef about 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, I've heard 1,000 people, oh, get the turkey dog, get the chicken dog, man, ain't nothing like that bull,
I do.
That steer. And
I
so,
do.
yeah, it's like, I like turkey. So it doesn't bother me. Some people are like, oh, it's grainy or whatever. I love turkey. I can eat ground turkey, stuff like that all the time. But the hot dog just doesn't sit right in my soul. I can't do it.
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
usually
man.
that's not really a hot dog.
Like,
do you know now if you decided, so you don't eat beef?
I do not.
Okay.
Anymore.
Do you know, and I don't mean to get graphic. We don't need to get graphic, but someone told me this and I didn't believe it, but it turns out it's true. There's an enzyme that your body produces that helps you digest beef. So if you just like this weekend decide, I'm going to eat beef again, you would not be able to digest it well because your body has stopped producing that enzyme.
Really?
Yeah. And then I guess eventually you start producing again, but it's like, it's kind of stuck.
Yeah,
your body just said, well, we don't need to, I don't remember the name of it. Yeah. To digest beef, you need an enzyme in your body. If you're not eating, it's like, oh, all right, we're not doing that anymore.
Well, guess what? That is the reason why I gave it up is my mom actually had kidney issues. And so going through all of that with my mother, one of the things they want to check is, hereditary, DNA, all this type of stuff. And I had learned that beef was the hardest food to digest.
Okay.
And, they were like, look, you could be at a high percentage of, following in your mother's footsteps. So look, I'm going to take the necessary precautions. So I gave it up. And that's the main reason why I did.
Well, speaking of beef, and we're having too much fun today, I wanted to ask you, we didn't get your take on the beef, the big beef. And then I wanted to talk about some of the beefs to watch for this summer in sports, but we got to take a time out again. We'll be right back with that and more. It's a Drive, guys. It's Jay and Whitey today on Sactown Sports.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
Got a handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sactown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
My father was a career United States Air Force pilot, and Memorial Day is a reminder of all he and so many others did for our country. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Right now at the annual Memorial Day sale, everything in the store is on sale. Everything. You'll save 10 to 25% on all living rooms, to sofas, to sectionals, to dining rooms, to bedrooms, to home offices, and so much more. Everything is on sale right now at Naturewood Home Furnishings Memorial Day sale. Whether you're looking to lighten the mood in your living room, brighten up your bedroom, or tighten up your home office, it's all available for you at savings from 10 to 25% at Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop the area's best selection of quality furniture at Naturewood Home Furnishing, off Highway 50 in Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Sacramento sports fans, get ready to amp up your summer with the Sactown Sports live events calendar. We've got a lineup that's awesome. First up on May 24th, don't miss Tribal Seeds as they bring their reggae beats to Ace of Spades, presented by Live Nation. And mark your calendar for June 8th when NF takes the stage at the Golden One Center. Visit livenation.com for tickets and get ready for a killer high-energy show. Don't miss music legends Daryl Hall and Elvis Costello with the Imposters on June 12th, and NSYNC and Backstreet artists Joey Fatone and AJ McLean on June 22nd. Two great shows coming in June to Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Then looking ahead to August 4th, get ready for the Outlaw Music Festival at the Toyota Amphitheater, presented by Live Nation. The Sactown Sports live events calendar, your ultimate playbook for the best shows and events in town. Stay tuned to Sactown Sports for exclusive updates and your chance to win tickets.
My good friends, Dr. Jack Friedlander and Dr. Pash in Roseville and in San Francisco are offering not only confidence, not only security, but also the ability, if you ain't insecure, to go from the roster to the all-star team. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about upsizematters.com. Time after time, vote after vote, circumference, or as we call it, girth, is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. And Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash can give you a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation with immediate results. It's non-surgical. It's virtually pain-free, safe, effective, long-lasting, semi-permanent, and doctor-performed. For more information, go to upsizematters.com. Go to upsizematters.com. Make that change. Make the all-star team. Get your girth on.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. KHTK-AM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Y'all ready for the big Mother's Day weekend? Hey, Jay, the Savannah Bananas are in
I
town.
know,
You
man.
see them? Why don't you play for them? You could probably play
I'm
for
too old now, brother.
or the other
The dream is
team
up.
they play. You could play for the team they play against,
Like
probably.
the Washington General squad, the team
Yeah,
that's in
whatever they
pink or
call
whatever
them.
they're in.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I've said this to myself. You would have called me 10 years or so ago. I'd tried to play. And they had tryouts and all that type of stuff. I've yet to go see them. I've wanted to go see them. Last year I tried to go and I was out of town the week they came in. And then I put my name on the list and all that good stuff, you know, not trying to be the guy that I could call the powers that be, just trying to be like the people.
Yeah.
You know, put my name on the list and did all of that. Didn't get no heads up that they were coming on the wait list, none of this stuff. And so, you know what? I'm like, man, forget it. You guys don't want me in the ballpark? I ain't coming to the ballpark. No, honestly, I wind up having some things to do this weekend because of Mother's Day. Grandmother in town. Shouts out to my beautiful, lovely 82-year-old grandmother coming in town from Dallas. Just came in today, so she's at the house. You know,
She flew in by herself?
Yeah, my grandmother is. You talking about sharp now? If you would see my grandmother, I'd FaceTime my grandmother right now on the show, like Emron did John Taylor yesterday. You would probably, and honestly, just a blessing. You'd probably say my grandmother is in her late 60s. Like she is a blessing, man. Just, you know, lovely, lively lady. Thankful that she's here to be in town with the family. Mom is coming over today, you know, so I got some stuff wrapped and locked and loaded. And, you know, they're tired of watching baseball. They've watched baseball for a lot of their life following me, you know, so they don't want to go see the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah. Well, the Savannah Bananas are kind of like Top Golf. They don't really need much help promoting what they're doing.
No, they don't.
Know? Yeah.
They're traveling, you know, like Bingo's All-Stars.
Yeah. Packed house last night. I only saw story on Channel 3 of Michelle Dapper. And the place was buzzing. And then 3 nights, right?
Yeah.
This place is hot.
Tomorrow, tonight.
Crazy ball.
Tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday? Or no, last night, tonight, and tomorrow night, right?
I think so. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure. We were just talking about the most expensive hot dog in the majors. Jay had a fact, and I've been looking. He sent me the story, and I've been looking for some some flaw in the story. I mean, Jay didn't write the story, but I can't believe the A's have the most expensive hot dog in the majors. They do because it's the, salute to Carmichael Dave. It's the colossal dog, right? It's like their main dog. They don't.
I can talk to you about girth.
Thank you, Dave. There's another endorsement for you. So everyone has their you get your hot dog, and I think Jay, I just saw it there. Thanks for telling me the story.
Mm-hmm.
Like $2.99, I think, is the cheapest in Toronto, something like that. But the A's
$2.55.
Yeah. It's just a hot dog. The A's don't have just a hot dog. You have to get the colossal dog from Lodi.
And it says, it's funny you say it because it says the colossal quarter pound offering from Lodi, California.
Yeah.
And it says the company, but of course you're not filling the colossal dog. And
I think I've had a colossal dog or two, but sometimes you just want a hot dog.
Yeah. You don't want the quarter pounder?
No.
You don't want all that beef sitting on your colon?
Yeah, well, there's that. Yeah. You went there and you're right.
You gotta ride home either on the California corridor and the Gleason vehicle.
Yeah.
And sit on your colon.
Yeah. I gotta make sure everything's taken care of there in that department. Yeah.
But for me, and I get it. I understand, they're offering a quarter pound dog. It's kind of like the regular size dog everybody else is offering. So it's the most expensive. But truly and honestly, the Oakland A's shouldn't have the most expensive anything in the league.
Amen.
They shouldn't have the most expensive nothing when it comes to, concessions, jerseys, hats, memorabilia, collectibles, parking, whatever you want to call it when it comes to, attending an A's game. They shouldn't have the most expensive nothing.
You're right. The prices should all be relative to the payroll. If they have one of the lower payrolls, and I don't know where they are, but it's one of the lower, if not the lowest, then they should have one of the lowest, if not the lowest prices on all that stuff, right?
Yes.
That should be a league rule.
Absolutely.
Those should be tied to each other.
Especially when you got the revenue sharing coming in, $60+ million John Fisher and A's are taking from the league. Like, forget all that.
Yeah. What's going on here with, speaking of beef, Jay says it's a summer of beef. We haven't gotten your thoughts yet on, now that the dust is settled, on Kendrick versus Drake. But doesn't Shaq have a beef?
Yes,
right now?
Shaq dropped a diss track today, and it was geared towards Shannon Sharp.
Huh.
Yes, and it's kind of coming out the mold of what you were talking about yesterday. Jay Will on ESPN, and I believe it was yesterday morning. Jay Will, Shannon, and the pack, but it was really Jay Will and Shannon coming out saying that a little jealousy factor is in there, and that's why Shaq threw the dig at Jokic, kind of what you felt, the same situation. And Shannon Sharp, had some strong things to say about Shaq, and so Shaq didn't take a liking to the thought, to the comments. But honestly, though, Whitey, and I think this is part of it, it's just kind of like the thing to do right now.
Yeah.
It's the end thing, that to beef with somebody, have a little problem with them. So I wanted to take it seriously. And I think I put in our text thread, he sent off a long message, a post via Instagram, Shaq did, talking about Shannon Sharp and all this type of stuff. So I want to say it's real. It could be showmanship. It could be, Luka Doncic, as you say, entertainment. But came out with a diss track, man.
Wow.
Towards Shannon.
Sep, who has the fishing show here?
Yes. I don't know him, but I know of him.
Yeah. Years ago at this station, sometimes you have radio feuds. Luckily, they've kind of blown over, but people used to have the radio feuds, different stations. So I started, I like to have them on my own station. So years ago, I had a feud with Sep. But it never went anywhere because we didn't really share much of an audience and nobody cared. So it's like, it's a joke. Get it? Me and Sep have a feud going. And he had fun with it and I had fun with it, but it just kind of, nobody really cared, Jay. Nobody cared.
I was going to say, was it for real or was it for fake?
I might have met him once. It was pretty much just all in fun.
Oh, okay. Got you. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I like how you shooting shots at Dave in the morning show. Don't want to respond.
That's real.
Yeah. That's Dave's better than that.
Anything back. Yeah, nothing.
Crickets.
Nothing.
Crickets. I like that. I like where you're going with that.
We'll get Jay's thoughts on the big beef now that it looks like for now things have settled down, and look at some of the beefs to come this summer that we're keeping an eye on when we come right back. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and The Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
In a world where everybody and their mother makes a primed trim board, contractors have to ask one question. Do I know what's under the primer? Available at just about every lumber yard you can imagine. Vintage trim boards are made from lodgepole pine. That's the stuff telephone poles and railroad ties are made of. It's durable. It's straight. It's been doing the job for generations. Manufactured right here in the USA. Ask for it by name. VintageTrimboards.com.
Number one. I'm the best in the world, Oh no, Shannon Sharp, man, you're way beneath me. Your whole demeanor is faker than new rapper beef.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
When you wasn't 3 feet, all I see is dollar signs. They come in at 3
There's Shaq, right? Going after Shannon Sharp. And this just dropped?
Yeah, this morning.
Drive Guys here, Sactown Sports. We're talking about beef today, among other things, on the text line 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Somebody points out here from the 916, it's funny that an MLB team would have a hot dog that costs that much more than tickets to their games. That's the A's all over, right?
Oh, man.
That's A's baseball for you.
It is. I mean, it's kind of been one of those things where they took away the dollar day. The ice cream, the hot dog, the drink. Like, I was already turned off, and now you got the most expensive hot dog? No way.
Have you ever been to any of the stadiums where they have it's like $1 food section? Everything's $1. I've never been to one. I know they've had it in San Diego. They have something like that in Atlanta.
Where everything in that concession stand is $1.
Yeah.
It's, and what possibly could be in that concession stand?
They have hot dogs, they have soda, they have just a really basic stuff. But
with a bag of popcorn.
Or maybe it's all you can eat. I have to double check. It might be regular price, but it's all you can eat. One or both of those.
The
Dodger Stadium has even had them.
Really?
Yeah.
The strange one that I never could understand. Are you a Chick-fil-A fan?
Yeah.
Okay. When you have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you. I like Chick-fil-A. It's not something I go out my way to get, but I come across it. Yeah. I'm with it. Chick-fil-A is based out of Georgia, and they put a Chick-fil-A in the Mercedes-Benz Dome for the Atlanta Falcons. Now, of course, there's other events that goes on, but Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays.
Yep.
But so I've never been to the Dome yet. So I don't know, how that operates. I would imagine this thing has got to be open when the Falcons play. If not, what else? That's got to be your moneymaker.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure there's other things, Beyonce coming through there or something like that. It's open, but that made no sense to me. I couldn't get it.
I know. I don't think it is open on Sundays, but I think the upside for them probably is. More people talk about it and them because of that, like we just did. So I don't know, but I know Arthur Blank has, bless him. He's had sections where you have really, really affordable concessions.
Yes, he's definitely one of the owners that makes it affordable. The tickets you could walking through the door spending almost $200. The least you could do is drop a few peanuts on the floor for me for $250.
I know,
man.
I'm also keeping an eye, Jay, on the beef between Shaq, Chuck, and not Kendrick Lamar, Kendrick Perkins.
Yes,
that's a funny one.
Yeah, it is. And same thing stemming from the big man. And Kendrick said Chuck and Shaq don't really watch basketball. You could tell they don't watch a high amount of basketball. And of course, they've been shooting subtle shots and not so subtle shots on TNT.
They're here, and he, bless him also because he's been on our show and he's Strape's friend. But he's nowhere near where they are, and that show is. So for them, it's just they just laugh about it. Yeah,
he's a top 5 big in the game.
Shouts out to friend of the show, KP.
Yes.
Big Perk. I will say
That's
this,
where
though.
he's talking about Domas, right?
Yeah, he's talking about Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah.
And he gave a shout out to Sacramento.
You know what else I'm going to appreciate? When I get to Sacramento and I get to hit the free food, get the free food. That's all I need.
But with that being said, Perk is starting, and you may disagree with this, he is starting to escalate to a level where people, I think, have changed their opinion and narrative on him.
I think he's getting better.
Yes. Like there was a time, he couldn't pronounce Moses Moody, right? That was one
stuck
of the,
on it, yeah.
Which is understandable. It's not the easiest thing to say, but there were a lot of people who I think looked at KP Big Perk and was like, man, what do we hear besides the shock value? I think he has definitely progressed and gotten better. And he even talked about Drapes giving him some love, some tips, pointers, showing him some things. But I think I don't know, White. I think he's starting to escalate up that NBA analyst level. I mean, the ranking, rather.
I agree with you. And to be honest, I've not been a big fan, but I think he's learned, he's applied himself, and he's getting better. And good for him.
And he's not the norm. Like what makes everyone great sometimes is we all do it in our own form or fashion.
Yeah.
Like I like Tim Legler. He's straightforward. He's good X's and O's. I think he's passionate and he's honest. He doesn't really hold much back. Perk is, probably more, I'm in your face.
Yeah.
I'm a little more in your face. And of course he has former player champion. And at the same time, he's got catchphrases. He's got a little bit of entertainment value to him as well.
To me, if Perk says something that he believes, it's great, whether it's true or not.
Yeah.
But sometimes in the past, especially, it seemed like he didn't really believe something, but someone told him it's a good idea, or he thought maybe, this will get some attention. And that's like, he doesn't pull that off. But the more genuine he is, it's like, yes, then he's worth listening.
I think you're 100% right. And I think, having been worked with a lot of athletes, a lot of times when you cross over from that, that spectrum coming into the media, sometimes you're asking for help. You're looking for assistants, producers, line producers, segment producers, EPs, your PR, like you're trying to attach to something. So as soon as you walk through the door at Bristol, ESPN, the leading of sports pretty much at this point, I'm pretty sure he's been given some walking papers. And like you said, he's got some ghostwriters, speaking of beef, say this, say that, and they haven't caught.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. I think when it's his thoughts and he's genuine about them, he comes across as like, okay, I like where you're going.
Caitlyn Clark versus Diana Taurasi. I'm kind of keeping an eye on that.
Yeah, I'm on the Diana Taurasi side of this one. How about yourself?
Yes, and
Okay.
to Caitlin's credit, I mean, she hasn't really engaged yet, and she can't because she's new. And Diana Taurasi obviously is like the queen,
Mhm.
right? But at some point, being as competitive as she is, if Diana Taurasi continues coming at her, don't they play the opening game?
I believe they do. Yeah.
So at some point, Caitlyn will have to engage. But I'm keeping an eye on that, and I think it's obviously like everything else going on now. It's great for the WNBA and women's basketball.
Yeah, I agree with it. It's funny because the only thing that I think is the downfall to some of this for me, Whitey, is Diana Taurasi's like 40 almost. She might be 40. Let me check that. I think she is 40, if I'm not mistaken. She might be 40, 41. But Caitlyn Clark's not going to get the best of Diana Taurasi. That's the tough part.
Mm-hmm.
Even if Diana Taurasi was 6 years, 5-6 years younger, I think Caitlyn Clark, and I'm not saying Diana's fell off, but she's not 21-year-old, 25, 30-year-old Diana Taurasi.
Right.
I would love to see Diana Taurasi, Caitlyn Clark, even 5-6 years ago. And, look, eras are some of the things that we talk about, that you can't get around. But, and she is 41, actually. Yeah. So Diana Taurasi is 41 years old. Still balling, getting it done.
Yeah. She doesn't have the skills that she did have.
No.
But I'll bet you if push comes to shove, that's exactly what she'll do. In her mind, it's like she's still strong enough and smart enough to physically dominate Caitlyn Clark.
Yeah, I think so. And the one thing Caitlyn Clark does not do very well is play defense.
She
She's
got pushed around
atrocious.
last night in that preseason game. I think.
Oh yeah,
it's on
she's
now.
atrocious.
Yeah,
atrocious defensively. Not even close to being a good defender. Not even close to being a team defender. It's almost take her off that floor, like don't even put her on that side, and we could substitute her. So, and we've seen it. People go straight at her. She's the weak link on the defense. She's very nimble, very thin. I think she's going to be in for a rude awakening. And of course, we know offense runs the show, but I think a lot of women are going to go at her. She's going to struggle defensively.
Yeah, and she's going to struggle against some defenses that are going to be more physical.
You better believe it.
Than anything she's seen before too. And then finally for me, maybe this isn't a beef, but Farhan versus Giants fans. Giants fans in the Bay Area, at least, I'm sure around here too, are really fed up with Farhan. I think he did a pretty good job in the offseason. I think it's probably a matter of time till they right the ship. But as they continue to struggle, people are just so fed up with him after he did nothing last year. Then he did what he did this year, and Blake Snell is hurt. Chapman hasn't really been producing, and people want Farhan out of here.
I mean, even going into this season, I think most people wanted Farhan out of here. Listen, I'm not a Giant person, so I'm going to take 3 steps back and don't even give you my thing, because if it was up to me, they'd all be out of here. No, I would say this. I like some of the moves. The Matt Chapman, is fantastic. I think, the Blake Snell, good move. Injury is injury. What can you do about, what can you do about that? But I do think the Giants and their general manager, president, they've tried to figure out something moving forward. I don't know where they go from this situation, but I like to see it all crumble.
We may be getting our wish.
It all crumble. Can I add 2 more beefs to that real fast?
Please.
I think
I got a couple questions.
Absolutely.
For you,
I think the ultimate beef around here is, Oakland versus Sacramento versus John Fisher, if that makes sense. It's kind of a triangular situation.
Yeah.
Have you seen any movement in the last couple of weeks on that, or do you think we're still kind of the same position? Have you seen some people drop their feelings, or do you think, the Oakland, the city of Oakland, or Oakland A's fans who represent Oakland or want the team to stay there, you think they're still mad at Sacramento? And not the people.
Right.
I mean, excuse me, the people, not just Vivek, because I felt that they were mad at the people, fans, public, community.
They're kind of biding their time a little bit. They had that moment up here, and this is just my opinion. They had the cell demonstration, anti-Fisher demonstration at a game a couple weeks ago. They're not going away.
April,
I think they're just getting warmed up. And the only thing I would say as far as movement, this isn't exactly answering your question, but it came out the chairman of Bally's this week or last week did the video. It was on a podcast where he basically said, yeah, Fisher never really wanted to stay in Oakland, and he was just pretending. He wasn't really engaged in good faith negotiations there. And that's just adding all the A's people that you're talking about. Well, we knew that, but it's nice to get some confirmation. So yeah, they're not going anywhere. They're not going to just go, oh, well, that's the way it goes.
Yeah. The ultimate beef here in Sacramento, I truly believe, is the fans versus Harrison Barnes. Like that's the beef of all beef.
Yeah.
That's the quarter pounder, the colossal Oakland A's hot dog that sits on your colon, man. I've
never heard him describe that.
Moving forward this summer, do you think that gets hashed out?
I think a lot of people, you tell me, a lot of people around here that see Harrison Barnes as a symbol of everything that's disappointing about the Kings, I don't think they'll be satisfied until he's not here anymore. I think they might be a little satisfied if they bring in somebody else and HB's coming off the bench, maybe next year.
A little give and take.
Yeah, and he still can help you, and he's not making that much money. But don't you think there's a lot of people around here that see him? He's the problem, or if he's not the problem, he kind of represents the problem.
Yeah, he's the poster boy for the issue.
Yeah,
Sacramento Kings. I think he's 1A and Kevin Huerter's 1B.
Yeah,
I think it has to get rectified in some form of the organization, and they won't come out and say like, hey, listen, we need to do certain things, because no organization does that without showing it. And exit interviews, we've seen Monty and the organization said we have to do some things.
Yeah,
we know we have to get better. We know we have to tie some loose ends, but you don't just come out and point a finger at a player, because that, first of all, that degrades your player. That takes the value out of that player. So many different avenues and aspects to that.
And it wouldn't even be accurate.
True.
That's not
very true.
Not only is it not fair, it's like it'd be wrong.
Yeah, very true. I want to believe it gets rectified this summer. I want to believe both of the situations the beef get rectified, but I wouldn't be surprised if both of those guys are starting for the Kings next year in October.
Yeah. That would mean nothing big happens.
And that I say that because I truly think there's not enough names on the table right now this offseason for you to jump. You know, we talk about Zach LaVine. Okay, he's definitely got some problems, though. You know, we talk about DeMar DeRozan. We can't pay him. He's unrestricted free agent. So there's some names out there that we would all like to obtain or at least take a look at. But for whatever reason, they're over the cap. The Kings are over the salary cap, which still blows my mind. And at the same time, you know, it doesn't seem like they want to jump all in and trade 2-3 first round draft picks to get a big name. And so I truly think they're going to wait till the the next trade deadline. And so I'm not sure the beef is going to be rectified this offseason.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. And I think also when you look at some of the names that we like to throw around, we've been doing it for 2 weeks and we'll probably keep doing it. This guy, you know, Durant, what about Durant or this guy or that guy or, you know, Brandon Ingram? Most of these teams, you know, Valanciunas, it just came out. Valanciunas might not want to stay there. These teams with these players of that caliber, they're not looking to tear it down. They're going to want quality back. Like the Pelicans think we're really good now. Maybe it's not working with Ingram, but we're not going to tear it down. We're going to try to get some comparable ability back. The Kings don't have that to trade for these guys unless you trade Keegan, and then you're kind of, what are you really gaining?
So the beef continues.
I think their hands are kind of tied on some of that stuff.
Yeah, I think for sure this offseason, unless they pull the trigger on intertwining Keegan and or, you know, 3 draft picks, first round draft picks.
Maybe they get lucky with a mid-level. Maybe there's somebody they really like and with the draft pick. But I'm with you. The more I think about it, I think that's what they're going to do. Unless it's Zach LaVine. I got to ask you some questions about the beef. All right, can I do that?
Sure.
Wrap that up. Also, the Lakers, how they're about to botch their next head coaching hire with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Malik Monk plays here.
Started left, goes right, steps back, launches the 3. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Across Sacramento, air conditioners are firing up, and with them, power bills are going through the roof. Are you ready for your utility bill to soar even higher next month? Since 1980, Aztec Solar has helped thousands of homeowners save money because going solar is like getting an extra paycheck every month. We call it the Aztec Paycheck. How big of a paycheck? Find out at yourpowersavings.com. Visit yourpowersavings.com and Aztec Solar will text you how much money you'll save every month. Find out how much you'll save now at yourpowersavings.com. It's fast, easy, and reliable. Stop paying the power company and start paying yourself. Looking for a deal? Here's a timely offer from Aztec Solar. You can own a solar electric system for just $99.95. Cash price after incentives. Don't waste another dollar. Visit yourpowersavings.com and keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket. Aztec Solar. Solar and only solar since 1980.
Free! Who doesn't love free? With MyLowe's Rewards, you get the member-only treatment that's actually worth it. Enjoy free member gifts you'll love. And once you reach Silver Key status, you can get free standard shipping. Because Lowe's knows nothing feels better than free. Learn more about our new loyalty program at Lowe's.com/MyLowe's Rewards today. Program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Member gifts may be subject to additional terms and restrictions. See Lowe's.com/shipping terms for details. Subject to change.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Gabby.
Hey, Gabby. It's Jennifer Coolidge. Hi. I'm so glad I reached you at 2 a.m.
Oh, of course. Anyone with a Discover card can call and talk to a real person 24/7. Now, how can I help?
Yeah, I used my Discover card to buy these yellow pleather pajamas, and I'm just not sure I'm pulling them off.
24/7 U.S.-based customer service. It pays to Discover. Limitations apply. Learn more at discover.com/credit card.
Maida Chevy saves you $12,000 off MSRP on every new half-ton Silverado LT 5.3 liter in stock after rebates. Always 5 to choose from.
Exclusive. All in-stock pricing at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
See dealer for details. Ends 5/31/24.
Guys, this month only, Revive Men's Health Sacramento offers qualified patients a free supply of ED medication, plus a free ED treatment producing immediate results. Book your free exam and consultation today. Call 916-365-4566 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Sponsored by Xfinity. Enjoy the entertainment you love with the Xfinity Stream app. Turn any screen into a TV and take the entertainment you love wherever you go. Xfinity, we connect you to more of what you love.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by Kids Care Dental and Orthodontics, the Hot Tub Store, and Kettlemans.
Hello, I'm Frank Cock with Retirement Security Centers with a weekly economic update. How well do you know your neighbors? We always hear about the millionaire next door. According to Henley & Partners, if you lived in New York, one of your 24 neighbors could be a millionaire. New York City leads with 349,500 millionaires, with California's Bay Area a close second with 305,700 millionaires. While some of these millions are made in various business ventures, according to Fidelity, 420,000 of the total millionaires in the U.S. are 401k millionaires. A 401k is a workplace retirement plan available to working Americans. How does one become a 401k millionaire? The first step is to pay yourself first and begin making contributions. Many of the 401k plans offer employer matching contributions, so not contributing could be costing you money. According to Empower study, 70% of Americans contribute to a 401k. 62% of workers value employer matching as a key component to retirement success, so offering this benefit may help you attract and retain key talent. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Frank Cockrell is a registered representative of Lincoln Financial Advisors Corporation, a broker-dealer member SIPC and registered investment advisor. Retirement Security Centers is not an affiliate of Lincoln Financial Advisors.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Smartest listeners in radio weighing in on the chat about the Kings. Same old thing, right? What are we going to do this offseason? What do we do with Harrison Barnes, Kevin Huerter? Zamil says we need to get bigger on the wing. HB can't be guarding players like Zion. LMFAO. Yeah.
Of course not.
No. Ripper 925. Fox, Ellis, Murray, Monk, Sabonis should be our future. Fox, Ellis, Murray, Monk, Sabonis.
People attaching to Keon quick here.
Yeah. That's my guy. The offense is coming around. I'm telling you.
It has come around, actually.
Need to dump Huerter or Barnes contract this offseason. Ripper 925.
I could see that.
It's just not that easy to do.
It's not.
And the thing about Huerter, to me, look, whether you like him or not, he has proven he's a good NBA shooter. There's always room for that on a team. 2 years ago, not last year, the year before, he had an excellent year.
Yep.
Last year, he had a really bad year. He didn't play well. He got hurt. If you move him now, that's when you're going to get the least back for him. His value is so low.
Yeah.
You know, he's an asset. You got to manage your assets. I believe in that.
True.
Especially when you're the Kings, you're a little strapped here, with options. So Kevin Huerter, maybe he's worth more to me if I keep him because I'm not going to be able to get much for him. And if he bounces back, I've got my shooter back again.
Yeah, I was kind of more in a proponent of, and I've always said this, is when he was the highest of the highest value, which I thought was after last season, the playoffs against the Warriors, I would have spun him and done what I could possibly get the best out of it. But I think you're in the same, I'm with you. I think you're in the boat now that you're going to sell very low compared to where you were last year. The one move I say, though, with that is, and I'm glad you brought up assets, is sometimes on assets, you got to move them around.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would look a lot greater if we're talking about assets coming off the bench. Mm-hmm. He would look fantastic as someone of the ilk of Kevin Huerter coming off the bench and doing what he does. It makes that penny look a little more shinier.
Yes.
And that's my issue with the Kings is, listen, we don't, I understand feelings and emotions play part in some of these things. Absolutely. We're all human beings. Kevin Huerter's a human being. But you also have to go to it. And how many times do we continue to hear athletes always say, we had the perfect example as Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers played the Knicks today. It's a business.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad, so sad. You ain't playing well, man. Take a step back. Move that asset from the checking to the savings, or the savings to the IRA, or whatever we need, a Roth, whatever we need to do.
People agree with you, Jay.
Move that away.
People agree with you.
And guess what? It will look a lot better. It looks worse because he's starting and he's not producing like we thought. Mm-hmm. If you put him on the bench and maximize the asset, it looks 10 times better. Oh my goodness, what a great move. And for whatever reason, I just think the Kings are stubborn. I think they haven't realized that. I think emotions play a part in that. I don't know. These are my opinions, but I truly, if they would move that asset to a different account, it'd look a lot better.
My guess is, and I know you're going to disagree with this, but I'm not saying it's a good reason. I'm just observing and trying to guess why they did what they did. I think they felt, maybe they knew that Kevin Huerter would not be happy about that. And it's not that they don't want to hurt his feelings, but you have a guy that's already slumping, and then if he goes into a funk, then you've lost him. And I think that they thought maybe we will move him, and so they wanted to keep starting him because then he has more value. If you're going to trade a guy, well, that's the guy you just benched. How much do you think I'm going to give you for him? So I think that's one of the reasons they were hoping, all right, keep starting him. If he starts making more shots, A, our team is better. B, he has more trade value. So I think that was part of the
That's part of it.
there.
I think that plays a part of it. I'll say this though, Whitey.
You don't want to bench a guy right before you trade him.
Very true. It looks terrible. Something's not right. A lot is wrong. That's fine and dandy. We've got through the year. It is what it is. It's played out. The hand has been dealt. It's time to make a change now, though. And you're feeling, and with that being said, you having a built-in excuse now. You're coming off an injury. You're coming off a down year. So now if someone wants to say, well, hey, why did you put Kevin Huerter there? And if Malik Monk leaves, knock on wood, as you told me, he played golf this past week, so he's going to be here.
Done deal.
That's done deal.
Yeah.
Switch it, because now you have a built-in reason. Malik is coming back because we agreed to the contract, and we know Detroit's offering him $100 million, and we know Orlando's offered $80 million, and we know San Antonio's put 85 on the table. We know OKC wants to put 72 on the table. We need to keep him. We got to keep him, and he needs to start. Bring Kevin Huerter to bench. You got built-in reasons now to push Kevin Huerter to the bench. If he comes back doing the same stuff and you got him starting, man, all out war. It's time to talk about some problems. Like, we need to have that conversation. So I think you have built-in reasons to say, Kevin Huerter was a great run with you starting in the top 5. At this point, you're our 6th man or 7th man, depending on how you see Keon Ellis.
Come off the bench and make shots.
Yes. Do what you do best.
Yeah.
Shoot. The rest of the things we need you to do in the starting 5 may not be what you are geared to do. And let me put the caveat in there. If he comes out and balls, then I'll close my mouth. Shouts out to Kevin Huerter. I'm not opposed to giving that man credit. I've given him credit. I'm just saying at this point, there's some built-in reasons to try something different. What we've tried ain't getting it done.
Look,
that's all.
Yeah. I've talked a lot about how I understood why they didn't start Malik. I've gone on and on about that. At this point, the more I think about it and look at everything here, given that Mike Brown had no qualms finishing a game with Malik and De'Aaron Fox, that was their best lineup at the end of games. And they missed Monk a lot at the end of games after he got hurt. So why can't you start him? I give up. I don't know. I've been saying, well, he's so valuable off the bench. That's all true. But at this point, I think it's a great question. I don't know why they wouldn't start him, other than they felt like we've got to start Huerter because that maintains his value.
Which they never done.
Yeah, it didn't matter. They didn't trade him, but if you're trying to, that's the only thing really I can think of.
But see, to me, as much as, and I'm not poking holes in the theory, the one thing I have the kickback on that is when Kevin Huerter went down, Malik Monk should have already been elevated.
Well, yeah, that's a great point. That doesn't make sense because, he's out.
Yes.
Huerter's out, and they still didn't start Malik.
Right, which is why I'm saying right now why we have a built-in 2 or 3 built-in reasons for Kevin Huerter to become our 6th man and Malik Monk to move up. There are built-in reasons. So if it does not happen and Malik Monk returns to the Kings and he still comes off the bench as a sixth man, for me, that shows that the brass down there, we're not all on the same page, but the other part of that, it means you're stubborn. Like you're not looking to do certain things. If I'm losing, I'm trying everything. That's me. I understand you want to maintain the value. I understand you want to maintain the continuity. Like there's certain things that me talking is not as easy as it sounds, but truth is truth. Malik Monk is one of the top 3-4 best players on the Sacramento Kings.
Easy, right?
Yes,
3 easy.
For me.
Easy.
And this the other thing, Whitey, and this is a whole nother conversation. You know what I can't stand? What people always say, it's not who starts the game, who finishes the game. Man, shut up. That's not true. Because guess what? How many times have we seen a team jump out on the Kings 20-7, and now you're down in the hole, you can't catch them? How many times have we seen one of people considered the greatest NBA coach to ever touch the floor almost, and Greg Popovich call a timeout 10 seconds after one bucket and sit everybody down? Listen, that's not true. How you start, how you finish, it all matters. What you did in the first quarter matters what you did in the fourth quarter. I can't stand when people like, well, it doesn't matter who you start. Well, if that's the case, then start the last 5 people.
Yeah, who finishes is more important than who starts, but there's no reason why Malik can't do both. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It's not important who starts, it's who finishes. There's no reason why Malik can't be both.
Yeah, he's a starter.
Yeah.
He's a starter for the Sacramento Kings.
Mm-hmm. And then from there, you stagger their, obviously stagger their minutes, whatever it takes. And then maybe you don't have them both on the floor for most of the game until the end. It's very doable, though. And it is it's a bit of a head scratcher.
But you have, again, going back to it for me, you have built-in reasons now. Total understanding what you said, White. You don't want to turn, you don't want to bring down the devalue Kevin. You don't want to mess up, mess with his emotions. Deal him a bad hand during
only
the
because,
season.
and again, not because I don't want to hurt his feelings, but
Sure.
if I hurt his feelings and he goes into a funk, then again, my assets value is lowered, and that's what I'm trying to avoid.
Yeah, which 100%. I'm glad you cleared it up. With that being said, that all changes now. Off season, not a terrible season, but not the season the Kings wanted to have. Malik Monk could be saying, look, and he said it numerous times, I want to start. Got to go to him, and I'm pretty sure you talk to Malik and be like, yeah, I would love to start for this team, maybe doing something different. I've done 6-man, for the last couple of years, but I just think there are some reasons that you can now make that switch and not have that problem.
Look, I'm coming over to your side. For months, I've been saying, oh yeah, Malik's too valuable coming off the bench. But okay, so I've been wrestling with this. Why don't you start Malik? Well, that's kind of tough defensively. He's not a great defender, but neither is Huerter. Right. So I'm realizing I'm running. It's like you get backed up at home. You have no closet space. All you have left is your man cave. And I'm running out of room here. I'm running out of real estate.
Start going to the garage and put up a makeshift closet.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Some excellent thoughts here on the chat as well.
I can't understand.
Compio says, by the way, it's just a picture of a group of golfers. Doesn't mean Monk is staying. Come on, Compio. Man, get behind it a little bit. Of course it means he's staying.
Come on, man. Just be a part of it.
I know it's just a picture, but it means he's staying, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you said it, White, I'm following your cab, brother.
Think it into existence.
Yes, and it will be.
Speak it into existence.
Have glass full.
Yeah.
Not empty.
Yeah. All right, we got to get to why the Lakers are about to botch their next head coaching job. Also, streaming of a Netflix football Christmas. You don't like that, do you, Jay?
No.
You don't like that one bit?
Nope.
I don't either. It's next. And I still got to get
beef.
On the beef.
That's all good. The beef is going to be there.
Yes. Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Mark Finan in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Skies will stay clear tonight, a very warm evening. And tomorrow is going to be a sunny and very warm day. Look for highs in the low to mid 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hey everyone, it's Joe Montana. Spreading the word about pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older like me, you're at increased risk. So, what's the game plan? A strong defense. Pneumococcal pneumonia can strike at any time in any season, so you shouldn't wait to help protect yourself. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination today and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kyle Draper here for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. I tell everybody I know this is the greatest place ever to get yourself a new or pre-owned Mercedes-Benz. Their dedication to their customers is just incredible. And if you're a business owner, well, you need to know that this is also a Mercedes commercial van sales and service center. That's right, Mercedes-Benz vans, they are rugged. They'll haul anything you can put in them. And best of all, buying a Mercedes Sprinter van for work qualifies you for very generous tax breaks. I mean, who doesn't love a tax break, right? Well, 2023 Sprinters are available at rates as low as 4.9% APR. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, I'm telling you, you got to see their beautiful new showroom also. It's where I got my EQS. And I tell everybody I know that if you're going to roll in a Mercedes-Benz, get it from my good friends in Stockton. It's just a short drive right off the 5, a half hour from Sac, right at the 8 Mile Road exit. So head there right now or go online at mbofstockton.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
My good friends, Dr. Jack Friedlander and Dr. Pash in Roseville and in San Francisco are offering not only confidence, not only security, but also the ability, if you ain't insecure, to go from the roster to the all-star team. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about UpsizeMatters.com. Time after time, vote after vote, circumference, or as we call it, girth, is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. And Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash can give you a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation with immediate results. It's non-surgical. It's virtually pain-free, safe, effective, long-lasting, semi-permanent, and doctor-performed. For more information, go to UpsizeMatters.com. Go to upsizematters.com, make that change, make the all-star team, get your girth on.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Going to tap some loose ends here. We got a lot going on. We got to get to a lot. We got to get to Mike Brown, how much he's worth, what the Kings should be paying him. So we have that coming up. But I wanted to just, as I say, wrap up a couple of things I've been throwing out there. Lakers maybe about to hire their next head coach. They lost out on Mike Budenholzer. Mike Budenholzer going to the Suns. Suns firing Frank Vogel, hiring Mike Budenholzer, Mike Budenholzer, Jay, when he got fired by the Bucks, he got fired last year because they lost in the first round when Giannis was hurt. They lost to the Bucks. And they also lost a series during which Coach Budenholzer lost his brother in a car accident.
Yeah, it was tough.
And they fired him.
I know. Bucks ain't up to no good. Milwaukee, man. Who would want to go there? And he had won a
championship there.
I know. Championship normally gives you like 3 or 4 years, doesn't it? And now it's a season or two.
Yeah.
Season and a half.
Things haven't gone well since they've done that. So Mike Budenholzer going to Phoenix, which is a good move. What are the Lakers going to do? If they hire JJ Redick, that's going to be
it's going to be lovely.
Show.
It's going to be lovely.
How can you, if you're a team that has aspirations of winning a championship, how can you hire a guy who's never been a head coach before? Don't you think just any coaching experience would count a little bit if you're competing for a freaking championship?
Yeah, and this is no slight to JJ Redick, but when I think of coaching, you don't think of JJ Redick.
No.
When you think of right-hand man, an extension of the coach, I never thought of JJ Redick.
What?
I never thought about JJ Redick at all on the floor. Point guard, nothing, handle. And again, I don't know. I wasn't part of any team that JJ Redick was a part of, so I don't know his skill, but an acumen as far as coaching and leadership. When you say head coach, it doesn't. And let me take it a step further. When you're talking about how could you want to be a team, an organization that wants to win the championship, and you hire JJ Redick and go draft Bronny, this is an entertainment show. Yeah, this is the circus. This is Ringling Circus.
Yes.
Three-ring circus. Yeah. So please do it.
Yes, I'm with you.
That's what we're asking here. Is please do it.
By the way, years ago, I asked the question, who's the NBA head coach that you think you could beat 101? And Mike Budenholzer was my answer. I used to see Budenholzer and say, I could take that guy. Turns out he was a great college player.
He's a little tall, too.
He played overseas. He was a really good player.
I'm not Tibbs.
I don't think I could take
Tibbs is the one.
Yeah. I don't know if he was coaching when I first asked that.
Oh, okay.
Tibbs. Pop was a possible answer, but I bet you you might beat him, but he would get the elbow in the kidneys and
it'd be dirty.
Yeah. And you would be sore.
I've never heard of trying to think Miami.
Spo?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if Spo is I don't think he played college hoop or anything. He's pretty much come through there as intern and video guy and all that stuff.
Video coordinator. Ooh.
I'm definitely hooping up Tibbs. I'm hooping. Spo's in good shape, but
yeah. You know what Tibbs would do? Is back you down.
Tibbs ain't got nothing.
Back you down.
Tibbs ain't got nothing for me. Spo ain't got nothing for me. I'd have to think of a few more, but them two for sure I'm pinpointing.
But Budenholzer was a bad pick, huh?
Yeah, it was. Because he's got height. Like, I've sat next to Budenholzer.
Yeah, I didn't realize that, and I didn't know he played.
See? I do your research.
Really good player.
I do your research.
Yeah.
Could you hoop Frank Vogel? Even though he's not coach anymore, but.
I'm trying to think if he would score at all. That's why I'm hesitating. Yes, I would beat him. I'm trying to think, would he even score a basket?
Ooh, you're not giving up nothing?
Well, I don't know. I mean, yes, I'm beating him. Did you know he was on David Letterman's show once, Stupid Human Tricks?
No.
When he was a kid, he was on Stupid Human Tricks. He was spinning a basketball on a toothbrush, I think. And that's when he was, I don't know, a teenager or something. No one knew who he was. Oh, there he is, Frank Vogel. And then, so I'm assuming he has a little bit of a handle, something. But yeah, I take him.
Let's see if he's
he's not very tall, is he?
Well, yeah, that I don't know. I'm trying to see if he played any hoop anywhere. Yeah, see, these guys, he played point guard as a starter in his high school D3. He was recruited. So let's see. He went to Vogel graduated from Wildwood High School in 1991. He's out of New Jersey.
Overrated.
Vogel was recruited as a basketball player by 2 colleges and chose, and I guess it's Wanietta College in Pennsylvania for a science program. He played point guard, was a starter. It was a D3 team. So Frank's got a little game.
Okay,
he's got a little game.
Yeah. All right.
I'm a D1 product, man. I'm not letting no D3 product beat me. That's how I feel.
You got a little game, don't you? I know you're a baseball player, but
for sure.
Yeah.
Played everything, the big 3.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that JJ Redick is the guy the Lakers go with.
Me too.
I mentioned Netflix. It turns out there may be 2 games on Christmas that Netflix is going to show. So, I'm streaming of a Netflix Christmas. That means it's going to be, you got to borrow somebody's password to watch football, NFL football on Christmas, Jay.
No, I have Netflix, but
you do. Okay.
Yeah, I have 13-year-old daughter, man. Yeah, of course. Netflix is the truth right now when it comes to, teenagers and things like that. So I have Netflix.
So you okay with that then?
I don't care, man.
All right. I thought you didn't like stream all the games being streamed.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't care less.
As long as you can find it.
Yeah, if I haven't, I can find it. Yeah, if it's something that's like, man, something like that. Again, I always go back to the boxing. Boxing kills me. I'm a huge boxing guy, and it's so hard to keep up with it now. And you got to, pay for this and pay for that, pay for this, which everywhere, but there's plenty of opportunity to see basketball and football. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
So if I miss 2 games, oh well, too bad, so sad. Nothing big.
It's just too bad for those of us that don't necessarily have Netflix right now.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's kind of been that way for years.
And I think they're really cracking down on the
Netflix is, to the best of my knowledge. My daughter was just talking about this with my grandmother, so I don't know the whole scoop of the situation because I'm the person that don't handle all of that. I just sit down, hit the TV, and whatever's on is on.
I think to be safe is you better get me your password as soon as possible.
Absolutely. We're in May, Christmas. Oh, okay, I got you. I got time.
All right. Yeah, when we come back, couldn't quite catch up, but we're getting there. How much is Mike Brown worth? We'll look at the highest paid coaches in the NBA. How much would you offer him to stick around, get this whole thing settled before it lingers any further? That's next with the Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
Michael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of the spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
My father was a career United States Air Force pilot, and Memorial Day is a reminder of all he and so many others did for our country. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Right now at the annual Memorial Day sale, everything in the store is on sale. Everything. You'll save 10 to 25% on all living rooms, to sofas, to sectionals, to dining rooms, to bedrooms, to home offices, and so much more. Everything is on sale right now at Naturewood Home Furnishings Memorial Day sale. Whether you're looking to lighten the mood in your living room, brighten up your bedroom, or tighten up your home office, it's all available for you at savings from 10 to 25% at Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop the area's best selection of quality furniture at Naturewood Home Furnishing, off Highway 50 in Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
So here's a fact. 85% of the population will suffer from foot pain in their lifetime. That's almost everyone. So you'd think there'd be plenty of healthy long-term remedies, but there just aren't, right? Hi, I'm Dan from the Good Feet store. You know, people come in all the time sharing the same frustrating story. Bought this, tried that, been there, done whatever, all different kinds of things, but all with a similar result. Nothing. A discouraging and endless cycle of disappointment. If this rings a bell, don't despair. There is hope. If you think you've tried everything, you probably haven't tried Good Feet arch supports from the Good Feet store. They're designed to relieve, even eliminate, the pain commonly caused by certain foot conditions like plantar fasciitis, bunions, flat feet, and others. Plus, provide better balance and increased comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, the A's vastly improved play this year has certainly been noticed around baseball. Mason Miller was named the American League Reliever of the Month for March and April. And by the way, no runs allowed in April. And Brett Rooker is the most recent Player of the Week, a week that featured 2 homers in 1 inning against the Miami Marlins at the Coliseum.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sactown Sports.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Now we'll get to Mike Brown's situation here. Look at what he's asking for compared to what other NBA coaches are getting in just a moment. It's Jay and Whitey. We've been talking a lot about beefs today. Did you hear about this beef, Jay? Luka and Kyrie against a particular Oklahoma City fan.
I did not see that one. I did not.
Yeah, game 1, let's see. About 2 minutes into the game, the ball slipped from Shea's hand, rolled in the direction of a fan sitting courtside. So Luka goes over to retrieve the ball, and the fan, an OKC fan, throws it in the other direction. Like, I'm not giving it to you. And Luka thought it was funny, and Kyrie says, "What the bleep are you doing?" to the fan. He said, "Don't say another word to me, bro." The fan stood up and was going to argue back. And Kyrie said, "Bleep is wrong with you, man. Grow up." So then the guy, he got some notoriety out of this. His name is Juan Guerra. He is a longtime OKC fan who has never missed out on a home game except during the pandemic. So Let's see here. Player himself addressed the issue during the post game. I guess Kyrie said he called me out by name, so I just had to make sure I looked him eye to eye and see if he'd say it to my face. Now, I don't know. I've heard some reports that they may have had a little bit of a back and forth last night. But obviously the fan of the Thunder didn't have much to say last night. I'm not the biggest Kyrie fan. I love watching him play, but I give those guys credit anytime a fan's giving a player this or that and you go confront, the fan. What are you doing? Not go throw hands, but just what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to say it to me? I give Kyrie credit there.
Yeah, I do too. I follow that, Cab. I'm with you. I like nose to nose, face to face, eye to eye. Nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, don't say another word to me. Believe is wrong with you, man. So I know Jay says us just one game. I think if you're
just
the Thunder,
one game.
I know the Thunder, though. They win that first game. They dominated. They're at home, a chance to grab that series by the throat. And Luke and Kyrie said, nope.
Don't panic. Don't panic. Just hold tight. We're even.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking all odds when we're even. I mean, we're starting at ground zero.
Mm-hmm.
I was already up. I was playing at an advantage. Now I'm even.
Mm-hmm.
No need to panic.
By the way,
need to tuck tail.
Speaking of the issues Boston's having at home, do you think maybe when Kyrie was there, when he did all that with the sage, did he maybe chase away some of those friendly Boston Garden spirits or something?
Maybe.
Maybe that's why they don't have that.
See where you're going with that? Yeah, blame it on Kyrie.
I don't know what he did.
Wouldn't be the first time. A lot of folks have been blaming things on Kyrie for many moons.
That's true, fairly or unfairly. Phenomenal player. I remember when they got him, when Dallas got him, and I was asking my brother, Phantom, I was saying, why would someone do that? You've got kind of an unstable foundation as it is. Why did they get Kyrie Irving? And he said, because he's really good.
Yeah,
when he's on, he's that good.
He is. When he's fixed, focused, and engaged, he can do it. He can make it happen. I'm not sold on Kyrie when it comes to crunch time, like a lot of people are. I'm not saying he can't partake because he's shown and proven that he can do what he needs to do. I'm not sure, and I've seen it, it's played out numerous times. He can't be the number one for sure. It's tough for him to be the number two and be dependent on. He's just so volatile in the form of you don't know what you're getting from him. But when he's stable, when he's locked in, when he's engaged, man, someone said this to me at a barbershop a couple weeks ago, and I had to think about it. Kyrie might have the best looking game, meaning when you watch him, it just looks like art. The way he dribbles, he moves, he finishes. He looks like a ball player, and so I had to think about it. It's like he's got the best presentable game in the NBA. And I thought about it. I had to think about it.
I've never thought of that before, but I wouldn't disagree with that. I think it's a great point. Last night, Kyrie, I give him credit for this. He was only 2 for 8, but he had 11 assists. I think Hubie Brown mentioned that. All right, look, he's only 2 for 8 right now, but he's got 11 assists. Okay. 9 points for Kyrie.
It's a great Hubie Brown, by the way.
Look, he's the best.
I love Hubie.
Yeah, and the poor guy, he's so old, and they have Dave Pasch just sitting like this, and it's all he can do. That's all he can do,
That's all right.
How you doing, Dave? But he's great.
Wait. You're not supposed to make me laugh because I love Hubie, but you cold blood for that because Hubie do be low.
I know.
He be out.
And he doesn't care. He's Hubie Brown, but it's like, and the guy, all right, guys, we're going to do, what do you call that? The stand up or the two-person shot? All right, I'm ready. And Hubie's just like, all right, you know what? This thing about Kyrie. All right, you look and say he's only got 9 points, okay? But he's only taken 8 shots, and he's got 11 assists. He's the best.
I love Hubie, man. You do a great Hubie Brown. That I would enter you into a Hubie Brown contest. Why you got Hubie so low below the mic? He's at least on top of the mic, isn't he?
It's like
he's below.
Maybe like this. And it's fine. It doesn't matter.
He'll be below the mic like that?
Yes.
Oh, man, I got to see Hubie again.
Is he there? But then, all right, look. Oh, he's there.
You got to go. You got to give him the hand mic from here on out.
Yeah. They're shooting 40% on threes, okay? But you got to look at the offensive rebounds. Last night, Dallas had, PJ Washington, your guy was 11-18. And Luka 11-21. Tim Hardaway, all right? Look, all right, Hardaway, his dad had the great crossover, okay? But he was 6'10" last night. So Dallas just made shots, and they seized.
I love Hubie, man.
I do too.
Why
honestly,
you doing Hubie like that?
Because I love him. He's tremendous. And honestly,
they do need to give him remember Ralph Lawler of the Clippers?
I do. Lawler's
first
Law,
one, first one to 100 wins, right?
Yeah.
Love Ralph Lawler. One of the nicest people you could meet. Reminds me of Jason Ross, unlike you. But they need to give him the hand mic. Like, remember, Ralph never transferred over. I don't know if you remember, but he never transferred over to a mic on a stand at all. He always used the hand mic. He carried it around everywhere he go. And when I worked for the Clippers, that was one of the things people used to always say, okay, make sure this, certain things were worked on. I was like, man, Ralph he doesn't want to put on the table.
Maybe so.
He doesn't want the arm.
Yeah.
He doesn't want anything. Like, nope.
I would bet
give
you
to him in his
again,
hand.
I love Hubie, okay? He'd be like, I think he'd be like this. All right, look. You got 11 assists, okay?
No, because
you gotta put the mic in front of you.
Because this the thing. If it's in his hand, he can just manipulate it the way he wants to. Compared to if it's on a stand, we got to get some frequency, some talking to the mic. Where comparing, you just put it in his hand. He could be down on the floor, laying on his back.
Doesn't he have? I think he has the headset.
Does he?
Thing.
He's got the headpiece.
I think so. So that way, at least it's.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start paying attention, and I'm gonna start paying attention to see if Hubie how low he is, because I don't think he's that low. You got Hubie
Might be
lower.
Just see the top little white hair. Is that Hubie? It is.
What's Hubie? 89.
I'm not sure. I didn't think he was quite that old, and he honestly, I know I'm kind of poking fun, but he is phenomenal.
He is.
My heart, every time I see, Hubie's doing the game or hear him on the radio, it just lifts.
Hubie is 90 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, that's why I was like, I remember, I thought he was 88, 89. I remember looking at it. I used to have Hubie on at another network quite a bit. Loved him. Just one of the nicest guys and so knowledgeable.
Yes.
Super knowledgeable about basketball.
Still with the ability to watch a play and explain what happened. I hope when I'm 90 that I can tell who has the ball and who's playing. I'll be like,
how low are you going to be? You're going to be in the Hubie position? The fact that Hubie travels around the country to a certain extent, calls games, and the one thing that Hubie impresses me with is the knowledge of space. He's always talking about, and you gotta watch. And I can't do Hubie, but you got to do it for me. Watch how he comes around the screen and boom, he takes that shot right there, and he's 18 feet from it. It's like he knows space phenomenally.
Yes,
love Hubie Brown. The fact that you making fun of Hubie Brown, man, you got me laughing.
Hubie Brown. We were talking to Musselman once. I think he might have still been coaching the Kings.
Might have to get E-Mus on back in California.
Yeah. So we're talking about, he said, somehow Hubie came up. I think maybe we're going to have Hubie on later in the show. And E-Mus says, you got to ask Hubie about this. And I guess E-Mus was Hubie's assistant on some, it wasn't the Olympics, but it was some USA basketball playing somewhere.
Sure, like a select team or something.
We had to have a walkthrough that day, but we didn't have a gym. So Hubie went to the market. We were in the parking lot. And we're doing a walkthrough with a melon. It's like, all right, look, the ball goes here, and then the cutter. He said, He said we were doing a walkthrough in a parking lot with a melon that Hubie got.
I would have loved. Could you imagine phones at that time? And I'm sitting across the street. I'm looking, and I'm at the sandwich shop. Got my feet up. That's Hubie E-Mus. They probably had one known character, college, player or something. Oh man,
we'll get him on and we'll ask him. I'm sure
we will.
Yeah.
We definitely, as we progress through the summer, I plan on getting a lot of names coming through the drive, guys. E-Mus will be one of them.
Yes.
We got to have that conversation.
Speaking of Coach Brown's, Mike Brown, what's he worth? How much do the Kings need to get him? All right, that's what we're going to talk about when we come back on Sactown Sports.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown. CMC.
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sactown Sports.
We see a lot of news about teens vaping, but teens see something else. Videos on social media that glamorize it and downplay the dangers of nicotine. How can parents talk so kids will listen? Use facts. 1. Nicotine can rewire teens' brains. 2. It can make teens more anxious. 3. Changes to the brain can be permanent. So even when it hides behind a new look, nicotine is brain poison. Go to undo.org for more.
Put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please. So always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please. So always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Sactown Sports.
All right. You got the drive, guys, okay? Love Hubie. Absolutely. Okay? That's an homage. I'm not making fun of him. I hope he's doing games for the next 20 years. Drive guys here. We got to get to what's up with Mike Brown and what other coaches are making. And I think, Jay, that's one of the things the Kings have to do is settle this thing pretty early on, in my opinion, get this Mike Brown thing settled. And then, you know, I would love to see Malik stay and Mike Brown re-up at about the same time. Have that boom, boom, 1-2 punch.
Like the continuity?
Yeah.
Like the good PR?
Yeah, and then build on that. That's what
I
don't know. Maybe you disagree. We'll get to that in just a moment. First, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Ashley joins us on Sactown Sports. Hello, Ashley. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good. What's up?
That's good. So a couple of things. First, I wanted to touch on what you guys just talked about as far as Mike Brown and Monty getting re-upped at the same time. I'd like to see that too. You know, kind of build that winning culture, kind of like what the Niners did, and re-upping Lynch and Shanahan at the same time and keeping them consistent. And I really like how they've been drafting. I think they've done a really good job drafting. So I'd like to see that as well. But as far as Monk goes, do you think a 1 year or a 4 year or like a longer term deal would be a more feasible or like a better option for us to offer?
Thank you for the call. I think Jay may be able to speak on this. If you do the 1 year, then it's like it's gotta be two. My understanding is you have to offer them a 2. So you can do one with an option.
Yes.
But if you do that, then that's that whole thing of we'll give you this much. And then, you know, hopefully nothing, you don't get hurt, and then we'll have your bird rights, and then we can give you a huge deal.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. It's the 1+1 is what they call it. The one with an option.
It has to be it can't be just 1 year.
No, it has to be one with an option.
Yeah.
The option, I believe, would go to the player, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure, and I'll look that up if the team could have the option, but 9 times out of 10 it goes to the player so they can opt out. It's what LeBron has been doing the last 4, 5, 6 years. He'll take the 1+1, plays the one, opts out, gets more money, does the 1+1, does the same situation. He's attacking it. And then it will also, as you said, allow the Kings to have his full birds rights, which Larry Bird's rights, would have his full birds rights and be able to offer him a max deal.
Then he's your own guy, and you can go over the cap to keep him.
To keep him. It doesn't affect the salary situation, which would, I believe he would be 158. He could get 158 for the full joint, which would be amazing for Malik Monk. You know, it's not my money. I don't know if Malik Monk is worth $160 million. To me, please sign him. Do whatever you got to do. Please get all your money, but I'm pretty sure 160 or so inside the cap would be crazy. And don't quote me on that. I'd have to triple check to see the exact amount he could possibly get on a 1+1.
And you may know all that, Ashley, I realize, but that to me, the 1+1 if Malik agrees to that, then he really wants
It's a lot
to
of
stay
trust,
here.
man.
Yeah, he really. And I know I saw the picture too, the golf picture. You know,
I saw it. I like how the song just came. I saw the picture.
Yeah, to me, that's not realistic, but it's up to him. If he goes, okay, I'll do that.
You know, that's a
hard to
lot of
imagine.
loyalty and
Yeah.
a lot of trust from someone.
And a lot of money risked.
Yes, who has not gotten the bag. He's only made, and it sounds crazy, on paper, according to Spotrac, he's only made $36 million, $36+ million.
Some guys make that in a year.
In 1 year. This is his bag time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting to see if he would sign a 1-and-1 or a short deal with someone. Now, I could see him doing what you just saw Bruce Brown, which is what he got 1 year, $22 million, to jump to Toronto. Then he got traded to Detroit to Toronto. Which
Indiana to Toronto.
Okay, Indiana to.
Yeah.
He signed with the Pacers?
I believe he did. Yeah,
Are
he
we
was
sure?
traded in the Siakam deal.
Okay, got you. Man, I felt like Detroit was played in there somewhere. Maybe he came from Detroit to go to Denver to Indiana, but you got to have a lot of trust.
Mm-hmm.
Very, 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 very. And I could throw another very. That's a lot of trust and a lot of loyalty for someone who hasn't made a lot of money.
Yeah, I would
In
not
NBA
advise
terms,
him
I
to
should
do
say.
that, but if he did that, it'd be great for the Kings, right? It'd be
Absolutely.
great for the Kings. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Get as
He
much money
was
as
with
possible.
Detroit early in his career.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but he went Detroit, then Brooklyn, then Denver, then signed with Indiana, and then got traded to Toronto on that big dang thing. Yeah. He's free agent too, I think, isn't he?
He is.
All right, it's time for Check It with TC.
Mic check.
TC, what's up today?
Yes, sir. Whitey J, what's up?
Happy Friday.
Hey, happy Friday. Before we get started, Jay, you already know I know what time it is. I'm going to send a special wish out to all the mothers, man. Happy Mother's Day. Hey, Alan, get it together, man. That's the homie. Hey, but look, Jay, we got a gaming heat fresh up here.
Truth.
Yeah, and I mean, what he got to do, Jay, listen. Chris doing the best he can, though. We just got to season him up. You know what it is, bro.
Yes, that's right.
You ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying.
Man, I'm so serious. Hey, but look, check it out. On the Mike Brown tip, sign Mike Brown. Hello? Y'all still got me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, my bad. I thought it come. Hey, sign Mike Brown to 10 a year. Get that man what he deserves. I'm with you, Whitey. You already know how I feel. I already said it before. Re-up both those guys at the same time. If not, bring one of them back and do the other deal a few days later. That's what it's going to be like. Hey, I'm going to call it right now. Hey, I'm feeling lucky. I think the Kings going to jump into the top. We're going to jump up from 13. We're going to jump up from 13 to 6. We're not going to get in the top 4, but the lottery going to show us favors, bro. We're going to jump up from 13 to 6. That's all I got. I want everybody to be safe. Treat the mothers, your wives, baby mom, whatever it is. Y'all have a good weekend. Be safe, bro, and kick back. Jay, I love you, dog. Whitey, you a dog, man. Let's go.
TC! Yeah. Oh, this is already a great Friday. TC just made it better.
Shouts out to TC for
Yes.
giving the love to even the baby mamas.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, however you want to play that, things happen in life. Let me say that, but
shouts out to TC for taking a, kind of a drive-by at Styles.
yeah, shouts out and Chris.
Yeah.
They said they were unseasoned.
No, I think he said Chris doing the best he can.
Yeah, and Alan low unseasoned. I get the situation. It's funny that TC is like, look, you got to game these guys, man.
Yeah.
Alan made a huge mistake. He truly did.
I will say this, and someone pointing this
But
out.
TC covered it all for
Yeah.
everybody, to the wives, to the moms, to the grandmas. He even threw in all kind of other extras, man.
The way the lottery works, I don't think the Kings can be in the top 6. I think all they can do is end up in the top 4.
Yeah.
Either 13 or their top 4. They could be number 1.
Yeah.
So hopefully TC is onto something there. With if they moved up, I haven't even considered that. because the odds against that are so high. It's possible, but yeah, it's probably, what is it, 3.4% chance of getting into the top 4 and about a 1%, little less than 1% of getting number 1. Can you imagine? I'm going to allow myself just like an eighth of a second to imagine it. Okay, it was something, but that's,
in typical Sacramento Kings fashion, I could see on a down year the Kings get the number 1 draft pick where there's really no consensus number 1.
Yeah.
There's some people who are leaning toward one or two guys, really kind of coming down to a couple guys, but there's no consensus number 1.
Yeah.
Kings will get the number 1 pick. I was texting this to one of my good friends, my brother, my family, as I should say, even though we don't share the same blood. And he's a huge Shark fan. He's a San Jose Shark fan.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's Sunday or whatever, and I'm sitting in Vegas and I'm shooting him a text, and I was like, hey, I saw the Sharks got the number 1 draft pick. And he texts back and said, and what makes it even better is there's a consensus number 1. Like, this guy is the guy.
Yeah.
Everybody knows this guy is the guy.
Right.
Makes it easy. You just walk it right on up. And I shot back and said they should have the envelope on speed. Should be sped straight to the commissioner right now. The envelope should almost be on fire, be smoking. And he was like, "Oh man, I'm excited to finally have something to cheer about for the Sharks again." And so it would make sense for the Kings to get the number 1 pick in a year where it doesn't even make no sense.
It wouldn't be a bad thing. There are some good players there, but yeah, you're right. It's not like last year, obviously. Mike Brown, what does he want? How much is he worth? What are other coaches getting? We can settle this now. We can all settle how much he's worth. We tell the Kings, they make the offer. We get this done by the end of the weekend. Mike Brown's relative value, what other highly paid coaches in the NBA are getting? That's next with the Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
Subscribe to Sactown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Mark Finan in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Skies will stay clear tonight, a very warm evening. And tomorrow is going to be a sunny and very warm day. Look for highs in the low to mid 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA 3 app.
Shop Folsom Lake Kia for special offers right now. I'm Coach Doug Christie urging you to visit my friends at Folsom Lake Kia and save big on your next new or certified pre-owned vehicle right now. Visit FolsomLakeKia.com.
If you need bold banners to boost your business, but you're on a budget, think Staples. Posters, flyers, signs, and menus for less? Think Staples. Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward. Now at Staples, save $50 on your print purchase of $150 or more. Same-day service available on hundreds of items if you order by noon. And all backed by Staples' Print Perfect guarantee. So it's done right or it's printed again free. Staples, your local print and marketing expert. And 6-1, visit staples.com/print for details.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Hey, movie fans, playing this week at the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, the IMAX experience.
This was a human place. It is not yours.
It is now, isn't it? The combination of groundbreaking visuals and the immersive experience of the Esquire IMAX 6-story screen will make this an epic event. Don't miss out on the opportunity to see the next chapter, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, at the Esquire IMAX Theater. Grab your tickets at IMAX.com/Sacramento and reserve your seat today.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Golf Monthly lists 10 things great golfers don't do. They don't arrive at the course with minutes to spare. Get there in time to properly warm up. They don't follow one mistake with another. Take your medicine and move on. They don't lose their cool. Tiger takes 10 steps and the problem is gone from his mind. They don't give up. A bad round can always get better. They don't blame their tools. It wasn't the putter's fault you three-putted. And they don't worry about three-putting. Move to the next hole and try again. Great golfers don't take unnecessary risks. Keep those large numbers off the scorecard. They don't underclub. Weekend golfers think they hit the ball farther than they actually do. They don't always hit the driver. Put the big stick back in the bag when it's not behaving. And finally, great golfers don't hit balls randomly. Have a plan on the range and stick to it, and take that same plan to the course. It's a game. Have some fun out there. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Kings got a lot to do this offseason. One of the things a lot of fans hope they get done is to deal with their head coach. Mike Brown has made it clear. It's like, yeah, have a, what is it, a 4-year deal he signed? So 4th year is an option. This is the 3rd year. So as he pointed out when he's meeting with the media, this is essentially the last year of the deal because it's a mutual opt-out after this. Maybe they continue to work on things into next year, but it could be a distraction, and it's just kind of not done. The etiquette is typically, and that's not set in stone, but this is about the time you make your decision, and then you decide whether he's going to stick around or not with an extension. I don't think there's any question he deserves an extension, but how much is he worth? I think if it were up to me, Jay, it's not my money, as you often point out. I don't have a problem giving him a lot of money, but let's just look at what the highest paid coaches are getting right now. Steve Kerr just signed an extension, so per year, and some of these are estimates. It's not like coaches go around showing everybody their pay stubs. Steve Kerr, $17.5 million a year.
That's wild.
He's won a few championships.
That's wild.
Then you got Pop at $16 million a year. Won a couple championships. Then you got your guy Spo. He also recently signed an extension. $15 million a year. Then after that,
championships.
Yeah. Yes. So all those guys, multiple championships won. Then you got Monty Williams. The Pistons paying Monty Williams.
Choking you up over there.
Look, Monty Williams is getting $13 million a year. I don't know how. So you got Monty at 13. Good for him. He earned it. He got it.
Yeah.
They didn't play well this year, but we'll see. Then you've got after that 2 guys at 8, Nick Nurse and Jason Kidd, $8 million a year.
Okay.
Nurse has won a championship. Kidd's gotten his team to the conference finals. Kidd, I think you can't disagree. He's done a really good job with the Mavs.
Yes.
Then after that, it's Rick Carlisle, 7.5.
He's got a championship.
Yeah. Ime Udoka at 7. Ty Lue at 6.5, but it looks like he has a big extension coming.
I was gonna say that's a steal right now.
Clippers want to extend him. He may decide he wants to go elsewhere. I think if the Lakers get him, that's probably a good move. But I think he'll probably end up staying with the Clippers.
It'd be the worst move for us, best move for them.
Yeah. You also got Michael Malone, and in November he signed an extension, and we don't know where the numbers are, but it's been reported that he's one of the highest paid coaches.
Yeah, he will be.
Yeah. So figure he's in there somewhere. So Mike Brown, as I mentioned, as you know, 4 years, $20 million in 2022, 4th year mutual option. So what's your $5 million a year?
Mm-hmm.
And time for an extension. What do you think he's worth based on that?
Still about the same compared to if we're going off that list.
Yeah.
I think he's 5 to 7, 5 to 8.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in reality, and I'd have to go back a few years because they escaped my mind. We know as a leading man, he hasn't won a championship. Where's Doc Rivers on that at this point? Do you know? Does that list give you Doc Rivers? I'm interested in that.
It's a good question, and it's possible when this list came out that he was not actually coaching at the time, because so it's a good question. I have to double check on that, and I will. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, because I was like, Doc's got to be getting paid, right?
Yeah.
He's probably getting chipped up. But, I mean, if you go back and look at Mike's career as the leading man, 05 to 2010 with the Cleveland Cavs, we know there's some finals runs in there. The Lakers 11-12, which, they executed and got him out of there pretty quick. Went back to the Cavs again, 13-14, then on to the Warriors. 2-time NBA Coach of the Year.
By the way, to answer your question, The Athletic reported that Doc signed a 4-year, roughly $40 million deal through 26-27. So
$40 million deal?
4 years, $40 million.
Oh, so he's getting paid 10.
Yeah.
And he's got a championship, right? He's got one.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's in that 5 to 8 range. Nick Nurse was getting 8, you said?
Yep.
He's won a championship. Jason Kidd's getting 8.
Mm-hmm.
That's a name. You got to pay him in the conference finals. Who was under Jason Kidd one more time?
No problem. Carlisle at 7.5.
Okay.
Ime Udoka, 7.
Yeah. To me, that's where Mike is at. He's there. He's about 5 to 8. Give him that. He's made some finals runs. Hasn't come away with the championship. Rick Carlisle is very, very respected in NBA coaching circles, really throughout the whole entire NBA. And I think that's kind of where Mike is at. I'm not trying to count anybody back, but I'd say 5 to 8.
Some of these, and I don't have all the details. Some of these guys may be on the verge of extensions. And so, like Carlisle, maybe, I don't know. If I'm Mike Brown or I'm representing Mike Brown, I would say, look, if Ime Udoka is getting 7, Mike Brown's worth at
7.
least 8.
Really?
Why would Ime Udoka get more than Mike Brown, and who has been a coach longer, who turned your team around, who's going to be probably a coach that other teams would covet if he's on the open market?
Sure. I mean, I think as the agent, you're selling your client. I would probably, in response to a devil advocate, and say, okay, look, Rick Carlisle got a championship, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And he's taking the Pacers with
I got 3, just not as a head coach.
Well, you got 4, technically.
I don't know that he was there for the first one,
right? I thought Mike Brown's got 4 because he's got one of the Spurs.
Oh, I was not counting that one, sure.
So I think, I'd kick back, but I think he's right there in that range. He should get a bump, as we all should get a bump. He's at 5 right now. 6, 7, 8. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm fine if you get 20 million a year. I don't care. But I think
I know.
On the numbers of the spectrum, I would say 6, 7, and 8.
I believe that Slates and Sam Amick reported that he's looking for something around 10.
Give me those $10 million coaches again. One more time. Hit that list.
Steve Kerr, 17.5. Pop, 16. Spo, 15. Monty Williams, 13.
Okay.
And then Doc at about 10.
Yeah. What have you done as a leading man? And I'm not saying the rest of your file doesn't count, because it does. 4 assistant championships, that counts. The associate head coach, lead assistant coach, taking the Lakers, taking the Cavs, to different heights. Well, not so much the Lakers, but taking the Cavs to different heights. And of course, people are going to say, well, you have LeBron, you have Kyrie. I get it. You still didn't win, but you still got to get the rest of the team there. I'd probably, as the Kings say, 7, 8, fits right in the spot. And that's how negotiations go. If you want 10, and I look at that list and say, everybody who's 10 and above has brought me some jewelry. You haven't. And then I start to look at 8, 7.5. Nick Nurse, he's got some jewelry. Mike, you don't. Rick Carlisle, 7.5. Well, guess what? It's the Pacers. Small market, so to say, middle market. Kind of looks like Sacramento to me. I'm probably going to give you 7.5, $8 million. No problem. You want 10? Too bad, so sad.
Give my client 36 for 4, so $9 million a year.
9 a year
with a mutual option 4th year, like we have now.
How about this?
How about that? You're turning that down?
Yeah, I'm turning that down. How about this? We start at 7.5 or 8, and we get some kickers. We need to expand our horizon in the playoffs. I don't need to see my team falter in the playoff, play-in position anymore. You want to be paid like a playoff head coach.
Did you see the roster I had to work with this year?
The same one that you went to the number 3 seed with, sir.
Right. And everyone else got better, and I wanted to get better, and I didn't get better, and I still won almost as many games.
And the great part about it
screams $9 million a year.
To me, it looks like a nice soft 8 there, sir. I'd like to see it right there. And I'll put a few escalators in there if you take me to the Western Conference Finals. Or as I look across the table, it looks to me like you guys want to take me to the championship. We could make that happen. How about this? If you take me to the finals, even if we win or not, we'll renegotiate within the next 3 or 4 years, within this period of the contract. I need to see it a little bit. I'm giving you the bump. I'm putting you there with guys who won jewelry. You've brought me nothing.
So 8 for, what are we saying? 8 for 4?
Yeah, that's 32.
But there's an opt-out if we get to the conference finals?
Yep. And I'll throw a few escalators in there for you.
Let's do 8.5. We're very close.
We're close.
8.5 with escalators and opt-out.
And then guess what? The fellas over at Sac Sports 1140, they'll be talking about how far apart we are and how we can't get an extension done. Let's just meet at 8. We don't want this talk. We want continuity. I'm bringing you Malik Monk back. I'm going to go get you a piece or 2. I'm going to get you a top flight associate head coach. Who do you want?
8.5 gets it done. 8.5 gets it done. Because I can get 8.5 from one of these goofy teams.
Who?
Lakers.
Nah, they don't want you back, sir.
Sadly, that's true. LeBron would
they
say,
don't want you back, sir.
I don't think so.
Have you not talked to Jeannie and company like I have? Did you not just see me drinking Mai Tais down at the NBA owners experience meeting?
Great with Jeannie.
You know who they're talking about? They're talking about drafting Bronny. You want to be part of that mess? Go ahead.
I'll take 8. We'll do.
Yeah, I mean, that's where we're at.
Do you think there is, honestly, a question as to whether Mike Brown is worth that as a coach? Like, again, to me, Udoka hasn't been a coach that long. If he's at 7, but then Carlisle at 7.5, is Mike Brown in that range? Nick Nurse has won a championship. Jason Kidd, a lot of success.
Yeah.
Mike Brown's been around a long time, but most of his success has been as an assistant. Do you think that he's proven he's definitely 8+? To me, he has, but you think that's a fair question?
Yeah, I think he's right around that ballpark, and that's why I had you go over that list a few times for me. One more time, give it to me. Let me know who's around that area of the 8 million. I think he's right there, and that's why I said 5 to 8. 5 to 8. You get 5 is where he's at.
Doc is, according to reports, 10-ish. Nurse and Kid 8, Carlisle 7.5.
Yeah, I'm right there.
I'm having a problem with
We're right there
at 7.
Well, he's up and coming. You got to remember he's up and coming, and he's like the new I won't say flash in the pan, but he's the new kid on the block. He's the youngster.
Yeah.
He's the person who has proven certain things pretty
the Celtics
fast
to the finals.
Yes, very
And
quick.
then
And he's been an assistant coach for a
shame upon
while.
his organization.
I understand. Totally
And
understand.
he went to the Rockets and they missed the playoffs.
Yeah, but I think you can't tell me he didn't improve that team.
People don't like him. People love my guy, Mike Brown.
He's respected. How about that? There's a difference. I'm not sure.
Everybody loves him.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure everybody loves your client, but I would say that he's highly respected in the league. And guess what? There's tons of people like that. Elston Turner sitting around here. There's guys who are highly respected in the league. You just so happen to be a leading man.
Elston is phenomenal.
Yes, he is. Shouts out to Elston. I love Coach.
I don't know why he didn't get a shot.
Whoo! What time is it? 4:44.
Uh-huh.
We could probably talk about that till Monday's show. There's a lot of people who should have gotten a shot.
Yes.
And just like this is one of my pet peeves, and we'll get to this conversation one day, Whitey. I can't stand the recycling of quarterbacks in the NFL, especially when there have been quarterbacks who have not gotten a full-fledged one shot. They haven't even been given a good opportunity to even go out and perform to the best of their ability when you have guys who have shown you and proven you ain't no good. And they continue to get shots for what? I don't know. But that's a conversation to be had. Same thing with coaches.
Can I tell you one of the most embarrassing things I've ever done?
Please.
And it has to do with what we're just talking about. I used to work with the wives of both Jeff Petrie and Elston Turner. I don't know if you know those women.
I don't.
Incredible women.
I've met Mrs. Turner a few times.
Okay. She's amazing.
Yes.
Louise. She's incredible. And so we were all working it, and it was this station, actually. And it was the day that Elston was supposed to be interviewing with Petrie for the job.
What?
Yeah, he was and so Louise was there and I was there, and Mrs. Petrie walks by and I said something like, "Hey, your husband's supposed to be talking to your husband right now." And it was really,
my goodness.
it was the dumbest thing I've ever said in my life. And they're like, yeah. I just wish I hadn't said it.
That happens though. I
was trying to be, but it was apparently, from what I understand, because the Maloofs saw Elston as being Adelman's guy, they wanted nothing to do with him because they wanted to
get away from it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Man, ET has been a staple in this community for many moons, many years.
That's an incredible family.
Yes. Yeah. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, when you have a conversation with ET, he's got his reasons, his druthers of why it hasn't happened. And who knows? We don't know completely, because you can't be the person who does the interview and be the interviewee and also be the person doing the hiring. So you don't know 100% of the truth unless that person comes out and says who's making the decision to say, this is why I did not.
We should get him on the show.
Oh yeah, ET for sure. He's coaching.
Yeah, he's with the Timberwolves.
Right. I'm about to say he's still coaching right now, and so
he would. When I was coaching and I've had a question about a player specific thing, he would tell me. He would say, "Oh yeah, we'll have her do this." I mean, that's how nice he was.
I
got this player doing this and this, and he said, "Oh yeah, have her do this when she's coming off the screen." I mean, that's how nice he was.
I like that. He gave you the full-on coaching.
Yeah,
just outlook.
Just like he is, my next door neighbor.
Yeah,
nicest guy in the world.
That's the toughest part, and you have to be careful. As much as I don't want to be careful, there are some instances where good guys have been treated wrong and they don't have the opportunity. And without knowing some, because ET, that era of when ET was really on the map is a little bit older than when I was a teenager, so I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I do know throughout my adulthood and being close to a lot of these to certain situations, man, sometimes people, you're like, how is this person getting that job? And then you think about it and you really start to look around. It's kind of, there is bias. You start to think about bias, as we talked about big market versus small market bias. And until some of these questions are answered, we're left to think about the conspiracy, or we're left to think about the reason, or politically what the problem is. And so that's the toughest part, is when you look at people like E.T., Elston Turner. How could this man be the leading associate or assistant head coach on benches for 25 years?
You know what?
And I get one shot?
Yeah. There's something to that. Obviously, he's been a really good assistant in the league for a long time with some good teams. But I bet you if the Kings had won the championship that year, he probably would have got a shot.
I mean, listen, that's not him.
I know.
He took the teams, and Coachy, Pete Carrillo being that.
I know.
They did what they were supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't happen. Mm-hmm. But there's also people where, and we're talking about it, no slight to Monty Williams. I mean, look what he did with the Detroit Pistons this year. People love Monty Williams. He has been on the bench, paved the way, put in time, super highly respected, even, like we talk about Coach Mike Brown, and he's gotten his opportunities. For what reason, I don't know. There are people who should get opportunities that don't. And then vice versa. You can put this in life anywhere you want to go to it. There are people who get opportunities and we just don't know why, what reason and what reason for. And then when you get the opportunity, okay, listen, I'll take a step back. We all deserve an opportunity. Not only do you get one and you don't do nothing, you get two and you don't accomplish anything. You get three and it's still up in the air and we're still trying to figure out. And then four comes around and now everybody's like throwing their hands in the air. And then five, you still get the fifth opportunity. For what?
Yep. Not always fair.
It is not.
Yeah. When we come back, who's at the top of Jay's big fish wish list? Next with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Mark Finan in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Skies will stay clear tonight, a very warm evening. And tomorrow is going to be a sunny and very warm day. Look for highs in the low to mid 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's been said an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And when it comes to a nice, cool summer, it's so true. Right now, get a complete air conditioner tune-up for just $59. Bonnie. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
My good friends, Dr. Jack Friedlander and Dr. Pash in Roseville and in San Francisco are offering not only confidence, not only security, but also the ability, if you ain't insecure, to go from the roster to the All-Star team. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about UpsizeMatters.com. Time after time, vote after vote, circumference, or as we call it, girth, is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. And Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash can give you a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation with immediate results. It's non-surgical. It's virtually pain-free, safe, effective, long-lasting, semi-permanent, and doctor-performed. For more information, go to UpsizeMatters.com. Go to UpsizeMatters.com. Make that change. Make the All-Star team. Get your girth on.
The NBA app is everyone's app. Every fan of every team.
Oh, my goodness.
Everyone who follows LeBron, Tatum, and Embiid in the app. Every warrior who's ready to go to battle over three-point percentages. Every streetwear king who's here for the tunnel fix. Every young buck, nugget, and grizzly who wants to take a peek behind the scenes of the league. And everyone else on this floating basketball we call Earth. Download the NBA app today. Available in the Google Play, Apple app, and Android stores.
Kevin Lewis with National Garage Door, reminding you that in Sacramento, National Garage Door is the king of garage doors. We service, sell, and install garage doors and openers. Call us today for your basketball special. A new 16x7 Rainer garage door with insulation and a belt drive opener for only $24.49 installed. Give us a call today, 916-638-4554.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
Hi, everyone. It's Emron Pilati, host of the True Sports Card Show here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday at 10 a.m. Would you like a chance to meet Ricky Henderson, Dennis Rodman, Johnny Manziel, Randy Johnson, Frank Thomas, Vlad Guerrero Sr., Dave Stewart, and our favorite Malik Monk, and meet over 90 sports card dealers all in one weekend? This is your chance to do it on May 17th through the 19th at the Roseville Fairgrounds at the Sacramento Autograph Expo. You can get all the information about the show on our website at sacautograph.expo.com. That's sacautograph.expo.com.
At Elk Grove Honda, we make sure every certified pre-owned Honda is one we'd buy from ourselves. And right now, you'll find interest rates as low as 1.99% APR on approved credit. Our Honda-trained technicians only certify our Hondas if they pass a thorough 182-point inspection. See our exceptional selection of Elk Grove Honda certified pre-owned Hondas with interest rates as low as 1.99% APR on approved credit. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Sacramento sports fans, get ready to amp up your summer with the Sactown Sports live events calendar. We've got a lineup that's awesome. First up on May 24th, don't miss Tribal Seeds as they bring their reggae beats to Ace of Spades, presented by Live Nation. And mark your calendar for June 8th when NF takes the stage at the Golden One Center. Visit livenation.com for tickets and get ready for a killer high-energy show. Don't miss music legends Daryl Hall and Elvis Costello with the Imposters on June 12th, and NSYNC and Backstreet artists Joey Fatone and AJ McLean on June 22nd. Two great shows coming in June to Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Then looking ahead to August 4th, get ready for the Outlaw Music Festival at the Toyota Amphitheater, presented by Live Nation. The Sactown Sports live events calendar, your ultimate playbook for the best shows and events in town. Stay tuned to Sactown Sports for exclusive updates and your chance to win tickets.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
In a world where everybody and their mother makes a primed trim board, contractors have to ask one question. Do I know what's under the primer? Available at just about every lumber yard you can imagine. Vintage trim boards are made from lodgepole pine. That's the stuff telephone poles and railroad ties are made of. It's durable. It's straight. It's been doing the job for generations. Manufactured right here in the USA. Ask for it by name. VintageTrimboards.com.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Do you hear that? That's your air conditioner working overtime this summer. But it's not just the temperature that's rising, so is your electric bill. Stop paying sky-higher rates for your electricity with a solar electric system from Aztec Solar. Finally, you can calculate your monthly savings when you go solar without sitting through a 2-hour in-home sales pitch. Visit yourpowersavings.com and Aztec Solar will text you how much you'll save each month by going solar. Since 1980, Aztec Solar has helped thousands of homeowners with solar pool heating, solar electricity, and backup energy storage. Going solar is like getting an extra paycheck every month. How much will your paycheck be? Find out at yourpowersavings.com. yourpowersavings.com. Looking for a deal today? Now you can own a solar electric system for just $99.95 cash offer after incentives. Act now. This offer expires soon. Aztec Solar. Solar and only solar since 1980.
Guys, are you ready to give up because you think you've tried everything and you're still dealing with loss of energy, poor sleep, weight gain, and even ED? Revive Men's Health Sacramento has local medical providers that offer low T and ED treatments customized to each patient's unique physical makeup. By working with a specialized compounding lab, personalized treatments are guaranteed, even when generic pills and supplements haven't worked. It all starts with your free comprehensive exam and consultation. Availability is limited. Book today, and for this month only, Revive offers qualified patients a free 1-month supply of personalized ED medication, plus a free ED treatment producing immediate results. The experts at Revive Men's Health Sacramento will work to provide the right treatment for you so you can show up as the best you in all aspects of your life. Call 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566. Or send them a private message at revivemenshealth.com.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by Kids Care Dental and Orthodontics, the Hot Tub Store, and Kettleman's.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber, down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Let's see if Rick Carlisle is getting his money's worth. Rick Carlisle was fined, as you may know, by the NBA $35,000 after Game 2 of the Pacers-Knicks series. He was fined for criticizing the officiating, and according to head of basketball operations Joe Dumars, and they just announced his fine today. Carlisle was fined for questioning the integrity of the league and its officials. We talked about this yesterday. Rick Carlisle said small market teams deserve an equal shot. So he blasts the officials. He's fined. One of the reasons he did that most likely was because he was hoping it might help him get a more favorable whistle tonight. So we got 4:56 left in the first half, Game 3. It's tied right now at 46. And just looking at NBA.com, free throw shooting. Has anything happened yet? Has he got his money's worth yet, Jay? First half so far, the Knicks from the foul line are 8 for 10. 10 free throws attempted. They made 8. The Pacers are 1 for 2. So far he is not.
Look like they're ignoring him.
He's not getting his money's worth. By the way, the former Kings are going crazy. Halliburton has 16 and Dante DiVincenzo has 15.
Balling.
Yeah. So I saw also on the chat a lot of people saying, and we haven't really been able to watch it that closely, but people on the chat have been saying, they're giving this one to the Knicks. The officials are trying to make sure this one gets to the Knicks. I don't know, but the early free throw numbers are lopsided.
The disparity of the free throws are kind of showing that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Little bit. It's tough as a small market team. Big market bias.
Mm-hmm.
Got to go out there and take it, though. I've seen a couple times. I've looked up Tyrese's. Look like he's balling and doing the most that he can, to push the Pacers forward. Everywhere across the court. I even saw a couple highlight packages. He dribbling from one side of the three-point line to the other side. Was that Alec Burks? It sure was.
Alec Burks is 3 for 3 tonight.
Come on now.
Got 10 points.
Former Sacramento King.
Yes.
Goodness gracious. I mean, and Alex got to play because
he looks tired.
Yeah, he does. he probably hasn't played this much in 3 years, 2 years or so. He's huffing and puffing as they shoot free throws.
He's playing well, though.
Yeah, he is. He's balling. And
he's 3 for 3 from the line.
Look at the Knicks sitting in front.
Mm-hmm.
Pacers need this one. They absolutely have to have this one.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go down 3-0. It's over. It's over 3-0. Got to have this one.
Yeah, the Knicks starting tonight with Josh Hart and Precious Achiuwa starting at the 4.
Could have been another
DiVincenzo.
King's target.
Yeah, Brunson, McBride, Sims, Burks, the only ones that have played so far with Anunoby out. And, of course, with I think Mitchell Robinson's out and Randall hasn't been playing. I figured tonight would be the
Bojan
Pacers night.
Bogdanovic.
Yes. I figured tonight would be the Pacers night, and it still might. But right now, some are suggesting, the officials are trying to keep the Knicks in the game. I don't want to question the integrity of the NBA or its officials, so I won't say that.
You'll
but
be
some
fine.
are saying that.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Well, I'll do it for you. It's in shambles.
Uh-huh.
There's a problem. Should be it's been going on for generations at this point, and until they come out and say, or it's proven that it's true, which if you really look at it from a bird's eye view, it almost seems like it's true compared to not true. Like, I think more evidence is showing that it's true compared to it not being true.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the tough part, is you kind of almost have to live with it.
Yeah. There are some examples. Of course, we remember the 0-2 series, and I know Jay rightly points out that, you just at some point you got to move on from that. But my point is, there are
around here.
There are a few series that you can look at the highlights of and say, wow, there's that one. And there's also, I'll double check this to be more specific. It's Houston and Seattle, 95 maybe, or, Seattle, I know went to the finals in 96, but one of those years when they lost to Houston, and what happened at the end of one of those deciding games was, whoa, what was that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to get my ducks in a row on that one. Yeah. So 52-49 now, Indiana leading the Knicks. Going back to 0-2, and I've said this before, Jay, I might've said it yesterday.
Tyrese acting crazy. Just hit another 3.
Yeah.
Tyrese, 23 points in the first half.
On 14 shots.
Woo.
Oh, maybe your Kings traded the wrong guy, huh?
Yeah, don't start that. Don't start that.
That's what's going to happen if they win this series.
I know it is. It's almost there's whispers of it now.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened? As soon as Tyrese advanced, Tyrese is advanced and De'Aaron hasn't.
Yep.
Fortunately for both of those guys, they'll always be married and tied at the hip in some form or fashion. I'll say this, though. Tyrese is an all-star. Tyrese is on Team USA.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrese has taken his team. I know it's in a weaker Eastern Conference. De'Aaron's got some catching up to do in a team evaluation, but at the same time, Tyrese did not make all league last year.
No.
So maybe this year, if not, then at the same time, De'Aaron's got the clutch award as well. Clutch player of the season award.
Yeah. And it depends on how you slice it.
Sure.
If you just look at the guys that got traded for each other, to your point about all league, Domas was third team all league last year.
Yes.
And he got a vote this year for
MVP.
And he got a vote for Defensive Player of the Year.
And who gave him that? Man, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, he got He got a vote.
For Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, he got 3 points or whatever it is. Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe it was 1 point.
Goodness.
That surprises you?
That made me sleepy.
You're surprised he didn't get more?
No, I wouldn't have thought he would have got one.
Yeah, it was a little bit surprising.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit surprising.
Should have been an all-star. Should be all-league.
Not going to be all-league.
You don't think it's going to be an all-league?
No, and I don't disagree that he should be, but because they're not doing it by positions now, it's just the top 15.
Right.
I don't think
You don't think he's going to sneak in there?
I don't. It would be great. If you go by, top 3 centers, he should be there. Top 15 players, that's going to be tough. Yeah. And again, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, but I'm saying you look at the top 15 players in the league, I think it's going to be really tough.
Do you think, and this is something we probably should ask a couple guys when they come on our show, do you think even though it's positionless basketball, positionless, all league teams, do you still think guys are going to be voting in the form of let me build a team a little bit? I don't want to just put 12 guards on my ballot.
I doubt it. I mean,
really? You think people are going to say, listen, I want 15 guards?
Well, yeah, because that's why, that's literally why they changed the rules for how you vote. So I think
that'd
that's
be
interesting.
Silly.
Yeah. What's wrong with having 2 forwards, a center, and 2 guards?
Right, and as close as possible.
Yeah.
A little bit. You want to blur the lines a little bit. That's cool. You want to say Domas is a forward versus a center. That's all right. Wemby is a center versus a forward or vice versa. I'm good with that. But if we're just going to have Ja Morant, SGA, De'Aaron, Tyrese, Jalen Brunson, Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, all guards, that's not cool.
No, but I don't think it's hard to name 15 players that are great players before you get to Domas. And I think that's what's going to happen. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I'd like to be wrong. It's that on top of the Malik not getting 6 man. And
I'm hoping.
And De'Aaron and Domas not making the all-star team. Which of those, I think Malik not making the all-star team of all those, Malik not being 6 man. That was the worst of any of it this year.
I'd say Domas not making an all-star game. I think it was a travesty.
Mm-hmm.
He not only deserved, everyone knew it. And it was one of those, even guys that came on our show, national NBA pundits, local NBA reporters, they would come on the show and start off, or, you guys would ask about Domas and they would say, man, I have no idea why that guy didn't make an all-star team. Yeah. All these people don't know, but he did make the all-star team. And then the other part is, I thought kind of to the point, Domas didn't make the all-star team, and it was almost surprising to people that he didn't make it. And I think what happened with Domas, and I could be wrong, is so many people, and I vote like this a little bit too. I know LeBron's going to get all the votes. I don't need to vote for LeBron. He's going to get there. I don't need to vote for Steph Curry. And it's tough because you still want to give these players their just due. But so many people, other people are going to, vote for Steph and LeBron. They don't need my vote. Mm-hmm. And then when you kind of do that, I think some of these guys kind of got caught. And it's like, Domas will probably be there. Let me put Tyrese Maxey in there. Let me put, and I know there are different conferences, but that's kind of what I'm saying. And I truly think he got caught in the numbers game. No way, no how he shouldn't have been an all-star.
Mm-hmm.
I could see why Malik. Yeah, I could see why Malik didn't win 6 man of the year.
Really?
Because Nas, he was out of sight, out of mind for the last 2-3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And that happens. Nas Reed was. And on top of that, Minnesota was in the fight for the number 1 seed. And on top of that, he was playing very, very well. And on top of that, they were on TV every damn week. Where the Kings, we were pushed to NBA TV. And then when the Kings were on national TV, sometimes they didn't show up.
I guess it was him getting hurt. That was the death knell.
I thought
getting
so.
hurt at the end of the year. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. When we come right back, it's time for Jay to reveal who's at the top of his Kings Big Fish wish list. Yes, next. Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
We're just trying to get an idea of what Domas's chances of making one of the all-league teams are. You got 5 guys, but it's positionless this year, so you're talking in the mind of voters, the top 15 players. Just look at the leading scores this year. It's going to be tough for Domas. I'd be a little surprised if he makes it. However, I just saw this, Jay. Season leaders ESPN rating. I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know what it's based on.
Another analytical.
But it's games, minutes, field goal percentage, free throw percentage, rebounds per game, assists, steals. Anyway, they come out with a rating, the ESPN rating. And here are the leaders, season leaders. Luka 1 was 60.2. That's his ESPN rating. Embiid, Jokic, Giannis, Shea, 5th. Anthony Davis, 6th. LeBron James, 7th. Domantas Sabonis, 8th in the league in ESPN rating. 8th in the league.
Smell all NBA team.
Yeah. Then it goes Durant and Tatum rounding out the top 10. But when you look at guys, like Donovan Mitchell and Wemby and Kyrie, and I don't know. You think he could do it, huh? You think
he has a shot? Yeah, I think he has a shot. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta believe.
Mm-hmm. Just like you've got to believe that Malik's golfing outing picture means he is staying.
Well, when friends do hobbies with each other, which is what Malik did, he went out and played a little round of golf. It's a hobby. They got an opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Just checking some scoring leaders here. If you look at scoring leaders for this year, I mean, tell me when I get to a guy who you don't think is going to be all league. Luka, Giannis, Shea, Jalen, Booker, Durant, Tatum. That's like 7 already. Then actually De'Aaron Fox. Curry.
Not all league.
Jokic.
So you stop De'Aaron.
Yeah. Curry, Jokic, Edwards, Maxey, LeBron, Kyrie, Davis. I mean, I think we're 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
What Davis?
Anthony.
Oh, okay.
You got Dame, DeRozan, Kawhi, Jaylen Brown.
Dame might not make it this year.
See, right around there. Now we're around 15.
Yeah.
And all those other guys are probably going to make it. So it'll be tough. It'd be nice, though. Certainly deserving. We'll see. Jay, we need to get your guy now. Now, Jay is kind of different on this. We were talking about this earlier in the show. We've been having fun this week. You perhaps have been having fun yourself, thinking about who the Kings could get. Just kind of letting your imagination go a little bit of all the big names that we think could be available one way or the other. Who would you like the Kings to land? We had Frankie on this week, and Frankie said Paul George. Obviously, that's very difficult to imagine, but in theory, he's a free agent. So in theory, he's available. You could get him. We had Emil on. Emil said Kevin Durant. We had Scott Marsh in. Scott Marsh said Pascal Siakam. It looks like Siakam's probably going to re-up with Indiana, but a free agent. So, all right, you can see it.
Thought he already did. Didn't he already basically say that?
I believe he did, but technically he's going to be a free agent.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, Jay, and I know I said you're different. Jay seems to be thinking the Kings may not do anything like that. Maybe not until the next trade deadline, which makes a lot of sense. But that said, who would be at the top of your big fish wish list for the Kings? If they could get one of those guys, and it doesn't matter how difficult it would be, who would you like to see him?
And is it, and this, I guess I need to ask, is this, they have to be a free agent, or
there
is
has
this
to be there has to be some way that is within reason where they could acquire him. For example, Frankie's first answer was, I want to get a time machine and get Chris Webber. Well, that's yeah.
Frankie said, give it up. It is not 2002 no more. He said that?
He did. That was his first answer. Yeah. But it's got to be, either somebody like Ingram that we have reason to believe his team doesn't want to re-sign him, or you have some reason to think the player could be available.
It's going to blow. I think if I'm looking at it.
Please don't say Patrick Beverley.
No, not Pat Bev. The two that pop into my mind is the big fish that could be even close to being, I guess, pulled away.
Speaking of big fish, hello, Christopher Ladd.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest fish of them all.
Yes.
You know, you got to pay your toll over the bridge right there to come through when CV's in the building. For me, the two that pop into my mind there's three. Paul George would have to opt out. He's scheduled to make $48.7 million. It sounds like he's going to opt out.
Yes, it does.
Because he's going to get way more money in a longer deal.
Yeah.
If you give me Paul George, they don't have the money to do it.
Okay.
Totally understand.
But I mean, there's
in theory,
theoretically, they could figure out a way.
In theory,
to do
they could figure it out. Sign, trade, whatever they could possibly do.
The bigger problem to me there would probably be Paul George wouldn't want to come here.
No.
But yeah, okay, I got
Listen, man, you're asking me for my list. Stop pulling a pole out of the water when you ask me for my list. If you don't want me to give you the list, let me just stop it. What's your list?
No, Paul George is he's the number one answer so far.
Paul George is okay. He's not my number one. These are not in order.
All right.
Or maybe I'm going backwards. How about that?
Okay.
Number 2, DeMar DeRozan.
Okay.
I think DeMar DeRozan does everything the Kings absolutely need. Slash to the basket, got a little something to him, got a little attitude about himself, not scared to play ball. He's a closer, takes the ball out of De'Aaron's hands in certain instances, and he's a creator. And if nothing else, we know he's coming to play with a lunch pail, and he's also tied to every single community he's ever played in. My number one.
Also as his ARP card, but
yes,
okay.
At 33 years old.
Well, by basketball standards, and his body's older than I think his.
Okay.
Yeah, his body is broken down a little more. I mean, he's got a lot of miles on him, is what I'm trying to say. But all right, I put my pole in your water again.
Yes, you took the pole right out the. I mean, you dipping in the shallow area.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
This one is going to bring a lot of hate, but this is my number one. This is
number one.
I think this person. What I know, he's an unrestricted free agent, right? But I do think he's there for the taking. I think you can overpay for him. The Kings can't. They're above salary. But you just said we'll figure out some kind of way to figure it out.
Yeah. Now you're putting your own pole in your water.
Yeah, I am. The problem is the Sacramento community is great. They are. They're not forgiving in certain ways. There's going to be a lot of people who have a lot of problem with this person because there's off the court issues. There's going to be a lot of we're all high and mighty sometime here in Sacramento. We don't like to push people to the left, push to the right. Beside out the Capitol, Miles Bridges.
Okay.
I think Miles Bridges is exactly what the Sacramento Kings need. Beside the off the court situation. Right, let me make sure I say that before I get in trouble. 21 points, 7 rebounds, almost 4 assists, shoots 46% from the field, 37% from the 3-point line. A dog, an attitude, swagger, sauce, everything that you possibly need for this team. I think he is somewhat kind of in the same Malik Monk mold, can do some things with the ball. I don't think he's as, versatile as Malik Monk is when it comes to handling the ball. I always say Malik Monk is the best passer on the Sacramento Kings. I think he passes people open. I think De'Aaron takes the open pass. I don't think he creates people shots. I think Malik does. I see a little bit in Miles Bridges. He's kind of a Zach LaVine-ish, can go get the bucket when you need it to do. I think he needs an opportunity to showcase he can be a 2. I think with the attitude of DeMont, our stars, Sacramento, De'Aaron, DeMontis, they don't overpower guys that come here. I think LaMelo overpowers the ball and he needs the ball. I'm not sure what Charlotte's been doing over the last 3 or 4 years besides getting injured. Give me Miles Bridges. I think he's the number one person that Sacramento Kings should be looking for this offseason.
Don't hear his name mentioned much, do you?
No, because around here, unfortunately, people don't like the off the court stuff.
Well, but it's not just like he got a speeding ticket either.
I'm not dismissing. Don't make me be policeman here. I'm not dismissing anything that he's done. Some people can't get over that. Unfortunately, this dude's going to continue to play basketball.
Well, he is. That's
no problem.
A good point.
Yeah, and I'm not the higher being. I'm not the person to make all the decisions to say he made a mistake and did this and that. We're talking about pure basketball. Now, as a person, that's different. If you want to ask me about this guy as a person, yeah, we can have that conversation. But there's a whole heck of a lot of people that's running this country we should have conversations about. So with that being said, we talking about basketball. Give me Miles Bridges.
He's been linked to Detroit in free agency. He does address needs there. I think the Kings need to address a lack of talent in the front court. But I'm not. It's just, to me, it's not as simple as, you're suggesting people should overlook what he did, right? And somebody's going to.
No. I'm not saying that.
Okay.
Let me make sure that's clear. I'm not suggesting anyone.
Somebody is going to.
Absolutely. Probably 20 teams will overlook what he's doing. I'm saying in pure basketball form. You're just saying the big fish. I know what comes with him. If you have a conversation, and it's going to ruffle people's feathers forever, as long as this guy's in the public eye playing for teams, and even after, what he's done is what he's done. I'm not here to change that. I'm not judge, jury, or executioner. I'm saying for what he does as a basketball player, he is everything the Sacramento Kings are not. Give him to him. He's young. He fits the mold. He fits what they need. He aligns with the age brackets. Like he's Mikal Bridges. He's the guy that.
What is he? 25, right?
Most people want Keegan to be.
Yeah.
To be honest.
And last year he made $7.9 million.
Chump change.
Yeah. Yes.
Dude's gonna get 120 this year, easy.
Really?
I think so. Because one thing about the NBA community, they'll overlook what happens off the court. Sports community, they just put it out there. There are teams throughout our sports world who don't care what you did.
Oh, I know that.
They just want to know what you can do to, assist and help him moving forward. And even in, like, I'm looking at USA Today's top free agents, and one of the first things it said is, with his legal troubles behind him, the very first thing, with his legal troubles mostly behind him, Bridges will be in demand. First sentence.
So I'm just having a little bit of a hard time knowing exactly where you're coming from. Are you saying that the Kings should be interested in him, but you're guessing they won't be?
They won't be.
Yeah.
They should, but they won't be.
They should, but they won't be.
Yeah, they can't afford him. They won't be able to afford him unless it's a sign and trade.
Yeah. But as far as the other stuff, are you saying they should overlook that? That's fine. We're not saying he's a great person.
As Jay, the general manager.
Yeah.
I for sure. But if we want to bring in semantics of who this person is, that's a different conversation. Right? What we're saying is, as what he does for basketball wise and what he can assist what the Kings can do, he'd be my number one target. I think he's gettable. I think because his troubles, he's not going to. At this point, the other Bridges got traded for Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Miles Bridges is not going to obtain people's superstar because of the baggage.
There's also this, and I cannot speak to it, but within NBA circles, they know, okay, this guy did some heinous things.
Yes.
Did he make a mistake? Is he not that person? Or is that him? That's one of the keys to it as well.
Very true.
Yeah. And that's absolutely key to this decision. Right? I mean, if he's that guy, it's one thing to say, you know what? Everyone makes mistakes and he's paid his debt to society or whatever. But it's like, that's just kind of the guy he is. then I think there'd be every reason to say, yeah, we'll find somebody else. But I don't know the answer.
And someone is,
as you say, someone is going to bring him in. And he's a really good basketball player.
Definitely someone, they'll overlook that
I'll
because
also
of what he
say
can
this.
do on the basketball floor is talent. Yeah.
A team like the Kings that has an issue now with talent, it's kind of like a Moneyball philosophy. And as you say, as a free agent, might be difficult to find ways to do that. But sometimes you have to take risks.
Well, I think the Kings are in that position.
I do too. That's
I think
what I'm
they
saying.
have to take a risk. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When they got Chris Webber, that was a huge risk.
Absolutely.
It seemed like it anyway at the time.
Yeah, it was. Injury, his attitude. A lot of people talk about his attitude situation. The Kings aren't in position without giving up 3 number ones, which it's been proven they don't want to do so far. Now, if they change, Monty and West, they change their identity and all of a sudden want to become, the Brett Favre of general managers, the gambler, then please do it. I'm here for the ride, but I don't see them doing that. I think they're, they sit on their hands and they wait for the drop in the bucket. Like, I know this is going to at least be okay. I know this is, if this goes bad, even if it goes bad, it's not the worst thing that can happen. Like going to get Miles Bridges, nah, that doesn't fit their identity. They're not a gunslinger like that. But I think it's going to take a gunslinger move for this team to be good. And I continue to keep on saying it. It just depends on how good they believe De'Aaron and Domas is.
When we come back, it's interesting because you're suggesting they're going to have to kind of go against their own grain.
Yes.
In order to get where they need to go.
Against their own identity.
Tell you about the odd reason fans are excited about an NBA return to NBC when we come right back. Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Mark Finan in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Skies will stay clear tonight, a very warm evening. And tomorrow is going to be a sunny and very warm day. Look for highs in the low to mid 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, the A's vastly improved play this year has certainly been noticed around baseball. Mason Miller was named the American League Reliever of the Month for March and April. And by the way, no runs allowed in April. And Brett Rooker is the most recent Player of the Week, a week that featured 2 homers in 1 inning against the Miami Marlins at the Coliseum.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
Hey, movie fans, playing this week at the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, the IMAX experience.
This was a human place. It is not yours.
It is now, isn't it? The combination of groundbreaking visuals and the immersive experience of the Esquire IMAX 6-story screen will make this an epic event. Don't miss out on the opportunity to see the next chapter, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, at the Esquire IMAX Theater. Grab your tickets at IMAX.com/Sacramento and reserve your seat today.
Seems like all this artificial intelligence stuff stirs up the age-old debate of man versus machine. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and let me ask you, would you let a robot cut your hair? Would you rely on an app to teach a kid to ride a 2-wheeler? Let's face it, some things require the human touch. People come to us seeking a solution to foot, leg, and back pain after trying all kinds of things recommended by in-store machines or website blurbs. An impersonal, generic approach to solving a problem that's unique to you. No wonder they usually don't work. At the Good Feet store, you'll meet with an arch support specialist who will take the time to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports, designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
At Elk Grove Honda, we make sure every certified pre-owned Honda is one we'd buy from ourselves. And right now, you'll find interest rates as low as 1.99% APR on approved credit. Our Honda-trained technicians only certify our Hondas if they pass a thorough 182-point inspection. See our exceptional selection of Elk Grove Honda certified pre-owned Hondas with interest rates as low as 1.99% APR on approved credit. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
My top fish on my big fish wish list, I probably should dream a little bigger, Jay, but my big fish would be Jeremy Grant.
Okay.
Because I'm trying not to let myself
You're
get
being
too far out of-
practical.
That's it.
Yeah.
And to me, there's only two guys that we would consider big names that I think the Kings have a realistic chance of getting. As you said, there's so many of these guys that, either the teams, they probably don't want to let them go in the first place, or if they do, they're going to want a lot of talent back, and the Kings don't have enough to trade for him. But I could see Jeremy Grant, Portland may look around and go, look, he's 30. By the time we're any good, he won't be here anymore. So if we can get draft picks, young talent for him, that makes sense to move him now, and he could help the Kings. And the other guy is Zach LaVine. And I'm not.
Wait a minute! You on the Zach LaVine train all of a sudden?
I'm not, but you know where I'm in the area of the station.
Oh, all right.
Jerry Reynolds, when he was here this week, and for you, Jerry said, I'm not crazy about Zach LaVine, but he might make sense for this team because they need so much offense. Yeah. Jerry says they need 2 starters. What do the Kings need? He says you need 2 starters.
So you need someone in the back court, and you need 1 front court starter.
Yeah,
I think so too, though.
Yeah.
Unless you get Malik to, come back, I think that's your starter.
Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they want to go that way, but we could continue the conversation. I truly believe he is your starter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But to me, that's the way it is. For all the talk of the big fish, there's only 2 guys that the Kings realistically could get that are big names, because the other guys like Brandon Ingram, New Orleans is going to want a lot back for him. They're not just breaking it apart. They're not tearing down their team. The Kings can't. If we trade Keegan and a bunch of stuff, you get Brandon Ingram back, what have you gained? So
I think that's why we've said, over the last couple of weeks, White, is whoever the King, unless, there's and who do we call Gandalf? Jerry Reynolds, right? Was Jerry Reynolds Gandalf?
Yes. Yeah.
The wizard, the white-haired wizard. Yeah. Was it Jerry? Or was it someone else?
No, it was Gary. That was Gary Gerald.
Gary Gerald. That's right. It was the G-Man we called Gandalf. Yeah. Unless Gandalf is going to come through and wave the wand, or he doesn't have a wand. What does he have? The stick? What's the stick called?
It's like a wand.
Okay. All right. We got to be careful. A staff. There you go. We got to be careful because you Professor X people.
It's not Dr. X, it's Professor X.
You got to get it right. It's the X. We were talking about X.
I know, but you said Dr. X, we said Professor X. You said, either one, Dr. X or Professor X. It's like, no, it's not either one. It's not the same thing.
It is the same thing. I said X. But if the white-haired wizard comes through and, stomps the staff and we can get anyone, then, we're talking about a whole different game. Yeah. But that's why I think whoever the Kings get, unless they give up Keegan, is going to have some warts. Mm-hmm. They're going to have some troubling effects. They're going to be, as someone said, do you have anyone that's not on the AARP? I didn't know 30 years old was AARP. Mm-hmm. And even in the NBA, we got guys playing a 40. Right. We have dudes, if you're 32, 33, and that's the other part.
How old is DeRozan?
I think he's 33.
Okay.
I think he's
thought he was a little older than that.
Maybe I'm wrong. He might be. Mm-hmm. We'll check that. But the Kings got to win now.
Next 3 years?
Yeah, De'Aaron's got 3 more, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we don't want to think about it, but dude can walk.
DeRozan will be 35 in August.
Okay.
He's 34.
Yeah, give me that.
Okay.
3 more years.
Uh-huh.
Paul George, 3 more years.
DeMar DeRozan's not a great three-point shooter. It's just not part of his game. He's a really good player. The Kings, we take a lot of threes.
Change your game,
take
man.
a lot of threes.
Guess what taking a lot of threes have gotten you?
I know.
Play in.
Mm-hmm.
On the cusp of not even being a top 10 team.
It got me this close to knocking the world champs out of the first round.
And what was that going to do? So what are we playing for, to make the playoffs? I'm playing to win a championship. At some point, we have to start to think down the road.
Yeah.
So people are like, I need them to be, they got to be 22 years old. Okay, so Domas, De'Aaron, and this person and Keegan going to be on this team for 10 years pushing forward. That's what we're talking about. No, it's not going to happen that way.
Yeah. DeRozan doesn't fit my timeline, I don't think.
All right.
He's a really good player. I have nothing against him.
You sound like a teacher who wants to teach. You want to teach kindergartners for the rest of your year, for the rest of your career. You got to expand your horizon, man.
All right. One thing that some fans are excited about already for next year is there's a lot of talk that the NBA is going back to NBC. It's not a done deal yet. Turner has a right to match. We talked about that yesterday. It gets a little sticky. But people are excited on Twitter because they're saying, well, if the NBA comes back, then Round Ball Rock may come back to NBA games. And I don't know why people get so excited. It's a nice song, John Tesh. John Tesh apparently has said, well, they can have it. If the NBA wants it, it's still available. And I think
for the right purse.
Yeah, CBS Sports used it for their college games, I believe, the last couple of years.
I think so.
Yeah. But, I mean, people are going nuts over this song. And it's okay. But, Jay, am I missing? Maybe I'm just tired. This song's okay, right? It brings back some memories of, like, Wolf Albert. But other than that, this song's not that great.
I think when you think of NBA, this is the first song pops in my mind for my generation.
Yeah. I
think Round Ball Rock is the one that we all kind of identify as, this is the NBA theme song.
Yeah. I think in my mind, I've seen video of John Tesh performing it. Have you ever seen that?
No, I have not.
And I don't like it. It's just running around. Yeah.
What is he doing?
He's running around and he's doing like a countdown thing in front of the audience. Like he's doing the time and then he starts like kind of dancing and then he runs back to where his keyboards are.
Maybe he's just not a John Tesh fan.
That's probably true.
You can admit that here.
So, all right. It's a fine song. I'm not crazy about it, but I wanted to go back through the mists of time and share with you two other songs I don't think anyone will remember. One of them I think is horrible and the other one I think is very good. I'd like to know what you think. First, this is a CBS basketball theme. When the NBA was on CBS in the mid-'70s, I believe.
Yes.
This was the best in basketball theme, CBS basketball theme. Really corny. Jay, I know you're a music guy.
Give it all you got. Take your very best shot.
Sound like the Bee Gees or
kinda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it fits the 70s, doesn't it?
Well,
no, it doesn't.
I
wasn't there, so you got to tell me.
Yeah. Here comes the big build up to the chorus. Great harmonies It's a little too up with people-y for me.
Oh, you don't like the happiness. It was the hippie time, man. Yeah.
Hey, NBA.
Dude,
corny.
You were. What were you doing in the 70s?
I was watching basketball. That's the other thing. Those songs are long. Like the Round Ball Rock, they would play it and then they talk over it. That song,
2.5. Yeah. That was about 1:36.
That one you'd stop and you'd have to sit there before the game came on and sit through the stupid theme song.
Yeah, that's pretty long.
Yeah. There's one more that I think is great. I don't know if anyone else likes it. It's from ABC's games in the 70s.
71 to 73.
Is it? Okay. And I don't know the name of it, but I loved this NBA theme. See what you think. Pretty funky, kind of like Shaft.
He's a bad mother sucker.
Show highlights behind this.
Chris Velocity, the Washington who? The Baltimore what?
That's where it was. Here comes that funky guitar. I love this song.
All right.
Something that's for yourself. Sharing the feeling with somebody else.
For the NBA Game of the Week.
These are full-on songs.
The lyrics have nothing to do with basketball other than timeout. It's like, take time out, watch the game, relax. I don't know. I like that one, Jay.
It's okay. They all kind of fit the same mold for me. I don't see round ball rock, I think, is identifiable for a lot of people, especially, 30s, 40s, 20s, things like that. I see why you like the 71 to 73 ABC because it's got you're a guitar guy. Right, you're strumming the keys, man.
Yeah, well,
Picking
I think
the keys.
When
not the keys, the strings.
Yeah, when that song was on and that Best in Basketball one, people didn't really watch the NBA that much.
It was on tape delay.
Yeah, but Round Ball Rock was like Michael and those guys and Magic and everybody was watching. So I get it. Brings back a lot of good basketball memories.
So where you going? ABC number 1. What's number 2?
Round Ball Rock.
Okay.
That CBS one was horrible.
You just didn't like the We Are Free feelings and things. I see where you're going.
Basketball.
You weren't a hippie in the 70s.
When we come back, wrapping things up with the fact that Caitlyn Clark has the cookie thing right, Jay. Next with the Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HYBRID to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HYBRID for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HYBRID for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Across Sacramento, air conditioners are firing up, and with them, power bills are going through the roof. Are you ready for your utility bill to soar even higher next month? Since 1980, Aztec Solar has helped thousands of homeowners save money because going solar is like getting an extra paycheck every month. We call it the Aztec Paycheck. How big of a paycheck? Find out at yourpowersavings.com. Visit yourpowersavings.com and Aztec Solar will text you how much money you'll save every month. Find out how much you'll save now at yourpowersavings.com. It's fast, easy, and reliable. Stop paying the power company and start paying yourself. Looking for a deal? Here's a timely offer from Aztec Solar. You can own a solar electric system for just $99.95. Cash price after incentives. Don't waste another dollar. Visit yourpowersavings.com and keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket. Aztec Solar. Solar and only solar since 1980.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment. Chase Inc. helped me grow from 1 Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some big help.
With the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
My good friends, Dr. Jack Friedlander and Dr. Pash in Roseville and in San Francisco are offering not only confidence, not only security, but also the ability, if you ain't insecure, to go from the roster to the all-star team. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about UpsizeMatters.com. Time after time, vote after vote, circumference, or as we call it, girth, is consistently ranked as the most important attribute Now, Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash can give you a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation with immediate results. It's non-surgical. It's virtually pain-free, safe, effective, long-lasting, semi-permanent, and doctor-performed. For more information, go to upsizematters.com. Go to upsizematters.com. Make that change. Make the all-star team. Get your girth on.
Afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
4:36 left, third quarter, and the Pacers are leading the Knicks 79-77. By the way, we talked about the disparity in the foul, at least the free throws in the first half, and I don't know what they are at this point, but Chris the Mom weighs in with on the text line, what if the Pacers are actually fouling that much more? Those big boy Pacers been pretty rough and tough. Knicks don't have that. They barely have players right now. So, yeah, that's a good point. Sometimes we look at the fouls and free throws like, well, that's not fair. Sometimes, no, Team A has fouled more than Team B. That's why Team B's getting more free throws. There's no rule that says it's supposed to be even.
Small market bias. I'm with Rick Carlisle. That's it. I'm waving the flag. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe no more, Whitey.
The NBA is just trying to get maybe one more game in for the Knicks because they know the Knicks they're done. They're toast.
Think so?
They just don't have enough guys, do they, to beat the Pacers? And I know right now it's a close game and they've won the first two, but how many guys can you lose and still win a second round series?
Well, you might lose one or two, but you gain 3 stripes. Mm-hmm. You got the stripers out there. They're part of the Knicks team as well. Mm-hmm. That's what people are saying. That's what Rick Carlisle is saying.
Yeah.
Get that out of here. You slapped that off the glass.
I want to point some out here about WNBA had a big night last night. Caitlyn Clark made her preseason debut.
Did you watch?
I did not.
Okay.
But that game was supposed to be tonight, but they had to move it because the Pacers are playing. So it was a preseason game, first of all. Second of all, they had to move the date. It was supposed to be Friday. They moved it up a night, and they still had 13,000 people. That's pretty good. Preseason basketball, 13,000. The Caitlyn Clark factor, whatever it is, it's still the heart is still beating of that thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Very excited.
Yeah, I mean, she is a bona fide star athlete. Mm-hmm. No matter what happens. And she's crossed over, as have some of those other young ladies who have come out. And you can believe until she starts getting whooped, which, we've kind of had that conversation, she's going to be beloved.
Yes.
She will be beloved. And she still probably will be. But there will be a few people like, oh, okay, yeah, she's not dominating like she normally was.
Yeah, she had 12 points, Jay, and 4 and 12 shooting.
It's gonna take her.
Over.
She's overrated already.
Yeah.
It's gonna take her time.
8 rebounds, 6 assists. Big deal.
I'm more excited to see everybody go at her. I truly want to see everybody go at her. I don't want nobody to take it easy on her, abuse her on the floor.
Yeah, they were. My understanding is, like I say, I didn't watch it, but they were doubling her a lot, and they were a little more physical with her. And if they're going to do that in the first preseason game when the season starts,
got the scouting report.
Hang on,
somebody got the scouting report.
Hang on.
She's nimble. She's thin in the pants.
Bring
her down to the paint area.
I like watching her play. I was neither a fan nor not a fan until now. Now I'm a big fan because last night after the game, and they always ask so many great questions at these press conferences. She was asked what she loves outside of basketball. That's one where everyone went, "Oh man, why didn't I ask that?" But did you hear what she said?
No.
She said, "I like warm chocolate chip cookies."
Oh, no, Bob. Boo.
Now,
what? Come on now.
Now
she's a chocolate chip cookie fan?
Solidly.
No wonder I'm not a fan.
Caitlyn Clark's.
No wonder I was rooting for South Carolina.
Warm chocolate chip cookies.
Which is the most basic vanilla cookie you could ever have.
I think there literally is a vanilla cookie, so it can't be more vanilla than a vanilla cookie.
Maybe. I mean, it's the industry standard of cookies. Chocolate chip cookies are the industry standard of cookies. Live a little bit.
Uh-huh.
That's like, You go to a dope flamboyant cookie shop, Crumble Cookie. Shouts out to Crumble. I still hope they're advertising with our morning show. I'm giving them love.
Oh, by the way, let me to that point.
Please.
You were nice enough to give me a chocolate chip cookie from that batch that you got from, I think Steven got it from.
Yes, that's how Steven.
And I've only had half of it, and it was tremendous.
What happened to the other half?
Some could be around long.
Okay. You're savoring cookies for 4 days?
It's that big. It was that big.
Man,
really
that
good.
thing would have been gone by the time the rubber hit the road.
It was almost like a small cake.
Yeah, the Crumble Cookies are crazy, but you go to Crumble Cookies and they got this flamboyant, dope, type of menu. Let me get that chocolate chip right out the top left. Man, you might as well keep those in the drawer.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the chocolate chip cookies in the drawer.
Well, I'm going to have to go see Caitlyn Clark when she's anywhere near here. By the way, Toronto gets a franchise in the WNBA, so I don't even know if anyone in Sacramento that is in position to push for it is even pushing for a franchise right now. I don't think
we should be on that short list.
Yeah, just
should be on the
because
short
of
list.
the heyday of the Monarchs, right?
Yes.
Thank you for being with us all this week. Thank you, Jay, for everything.
Same to
Drape's
you.
back with us. You got it on Monday.
Happy Mother's Day too. Wish that in there.
Yeah. Have a great time with your mom and your grandma. Stick around. We got. Hey, this is kind of I was going to say a battle for first place, but that's probably exaggerating a little bit, isn't it? But the A's are playing better baseball.